Information, visit inofthemountaingods.com.
All right, let's do this.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump's envoy Steve Witkoff in Moscow at this hour, a meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. This happening days before President Trump's deadline to reach a peace deal or face severe economic penalties that could also hit countries buying Russian oil. Democrats in Texas preventing Republicans from voting on changing the congressional map. Fox's Lucas Tomlinson has more on what former President Obama posted on X.
We can't lose focus on what matters right now. Republicans in Texas are trying to gerrymander district lines to unfairly win 5 seats in next year's midterm elections. This is a power grab that undermines our democracy.
Progressive activist Katie Wilson will face off against incumbent Democratic Seattle Mayor Bruce Harrell in November's general election. They grabbed the top 2 spots in Tuesday's nonpartisan mayoral primary. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
The family of excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking encourage you to attend and support the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo. This year's theme is Celebrate the Bounty of Lee County. See friends and neighbors, enjoy all the delicious food and drink, ride the rides at the carnival, attend the PRCA rodeo and the concerts, and support the kids at the Junior Livestock Sale. Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking supports the Lee County Fair.
When it comes to protecting your home, sometimes things can come out of left field. That's when it can help to have a game plan. And luckily, Farmers' customizable home insurance packages offer coverage options you can tailor the way you want. Talk with Farmers agent Rebecca Long so you can decide if your coverage is ready for whatever it is that may come your way.
I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. We know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two.
Discover straightforward home coverage options and more by calling Farmers agent Rebecca Long at 575-393-2661. That's Rebecca Long at 575-393-2661.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherland's.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Did you know that when you become employed with Eddy County, you'll be receiving one of the best and most competitive benefits packages in southeast New Mexico? Eddy County offers great pay, paid vacation, paid sick leave, and holiday pay in addition. You get para-retirement, and for full-time employees, 100% health insurance paid and 60% for your dependents. You can find a list of open positions and apply at New Mexico Workforce Connection or online at eddycounty.org. Eddy County is an equal opportunity employer.
Gear up for Skywired, a new exhibit at the New Mexico Museum of Space History in Alamogordo, where you'll see one of only 3 Big Guff planes in existence.
This remote-controlled aircraft flew with a ham radio so big that it needed a truck to haul it.
Meet local experts and see how radio technology shaped everything from World War II drones to today's GPS-guided marvels. It all launches July 26th, and discover the marvels of flight at Skywired at the New Mexico Museum of Space History.
It's the free concert of the summer in downtown Hobbs, New Mexico. The return of Hobbs August Nights, featuring Warrant and Foghat. Downtown food vendors, car show, and family activities for 2 days on Friday, August 29th and Saturday, August 30th. Come celebrate the end of summer in downtown Hobbs. For lodging information, contact Brianna at 575-397-3202.
Advertising paid for in part by City of Hobbs Lodgers Tax.
You know Benny's Western Store in Artesia is your headquarters for boots, hats, shirts, and jeans, but did you know that Benny's also carries a huge assortment of firearms? Head down to 205 West Main to see the amazing discounts that are available on their firearms and ammo. Benny's also has a huge shipment of jewelry and FR clothing that is priced to sell. New items arriving weekly. You won't find a bigger selection at a better price anywhere. Benny's Western Store, 205 West Main in Artesia, or find them on Facebook.
What is the Safe Haven Law? In New Mexico, you can bring your infant up to 90 days old to any Safe Haven site without fear of being criminally charged. This includes hospitals, fire stations, and police departments. Monica Kelsey, founder of Safe Haven Baby Boxes, has worked diligently to provide 3 baby box locations for your convenience. Hobbs's Baby Box is at Fire Station 1, 301 East White Street. Carlsbad's Baby Box is at Fire Department Station 1, 401 South Halegueno Street. Roswell's Baby Box is at their Central Fire Station, 200 South Richardson Avenue. Remember, if you can't make it to one of these Safe Haven Baby Box locations, you can take your infant to any hospital, police department, or fire station. No shame, no blame, and no names. Visit shbb.org for more information.
This morning show rocks.
I love it. I get it all. The one and only.
I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. I don't wanna wait. Back on the chain gang. Is this the real life? Is this just fantasy?
Broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Be in the Breakfast Club, being powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. We are Be in the Breakfast Club. The question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply. They have parts for semis, heavy trucks, and industrial trucks. Text line being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer.
Oh, yeah.
Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us.
If I'm having a bad day, you guys make me feel better.
I can't get enough.
Let's go.
What is that?
Like you don't know.
Wake up, wake up, wake up! Huh? What?
Wake up! Don't want to sleep through your big day.
This happens every day. It happens every day.
My word, what a gorgeous way to wake up.
Good morning, dinguses. Some days don't you want to just wake up and say,
All right, ladies, buckle up, buckle up. It's time.
It is another day in paradise. God bless America and God bless you this morning. I hope you are having a awesome day so far. My allergies are kicking in. I think it's because it's like 120 outside, and then when you walk into the Lee County Fair, it's cold. Very, very cold. I think that's the reason, the allergies. I took my allergy medicine, but this morning I'm just sneezing, and so I'll try to abstain from that this morning. It's not a good time to get sick.
No.
Well, not that any time is a good time to get sick, but you know what I mean. Yeah. Monica, how are you today?
I'm a little tired. I may have stayed out a little late at the fair.
I went to bed about 10:30, 11 o'clock. And rose at 3:45. And that's why I'm drinking a Red Bull today, because yesterday I did not drink a Red Bull. Well, pretty much all of last week I didn't drink a Red Bull, but I think this is the week to go ahead and do that for sure. All right, question of the day, Monica. I didn't put up a question of the day. But here's a couple. What hobbies do you have that people don't know about? TV show that insults your intelligence. Anything on CNN. What things have your kids destroyed? Oh,
gosh.
Yeah, I mean, I could name you. And who has no idea who their baby daddy is? That was funny. So I don't know, Monica, come up with one and send it to Jen if you would.
I will.
All right, today is Balloons to Heaven Day, Corporate Baby Name Day, Farm Worker Appreciation Day. Anybody who works on a farm or a ranch, let me just say thank you, thank you, thank you. Without you, I would not eat. I know there's a lot of people that don't understand where food comes from, but I get it. I get it. From the farm to the store. There are people that believe that the food just pops up and it gets to the store.
Ask college kids. That's what they'll tell you.
Yeah.
Where does food come from? The grocery store.
Yeah, grocery store. Right there. Also, Hiroshima Day going on all day today. National Fresh Breath Day. National Gossip Day. Some machismo. No, what's that called? My wife is always spreading it. She's me. She's mad. National Root Beer Float Day and Wiggle Your Toes Day if you can. And if you haven't seen them in a while, that might be a problem. President Trump fielded questions on the roof of the White House yesterday. They're like, what is he doing up there? He's checking out the renovations. He comes from a construction background, so he is just kind of making sure everything is cool. So, morning, how you doing? Where are you calling from?
Hey, this is Ricky from Lovington, New Mexico. How are you doing this morning?
We're doing great, man. Great.
Hey, man, I listen to you guys every morning, man. You guys are amazing.
Well, thank you, brother.
I love Donald Trump. I love what he's doing for America. He's making it great again. We just all got to be patient. But I got something I need to say this morning.
Sure, go ahead, man.
It's real important. This guy's name's Javier Santiago. He's got 13 on his arm. My daughter's name's Anastasia. I put her in the National Runaway. Last night, somehow this guy came and got her out of our house. I live in a really nice neighborhood over in Lovington, New Mexico. I think she's at 22 West Avenue Q, Lovington, New Mexico. Trailer number 5A. I called the police department. They rapped on that door last night. It's an old trailer parked right here in town.
Man, and so you think he's MS-13?
It has it on his arm.
Yeah,
he went to a quinceañera 2 weeks ago. She's never been. I mean, this girl still plays house. She's 17. She just got a job at McDonald's, making $13.50 an hour, working in the window. It was her third day. She went to a quinceañera. This Mexican dude took a picture with her. He tried to come see her, but this is where we're at now. She disappeared last night, out of our house.
I am sorry that you are going through that. Hopefully police gets involved and goes and
my name's Ricky Redfern. My phone number is 575-333-0617. If anybody sees Javier Santiago or sees Anastasia Nygren out there, my daughter, please call me.
There you go, brother.
Right here in Lovington, New Mexico.
Sad. I appreciate you, man. I wish you nothing but the best of luck.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, bro. All right, 613.
Grabs at you.
So President Trump was up there checking out, they're doing construction up there. They're doing a lot of construction. Soon to be the ballroom. They're going to change the ballroom, and all that money is coming from donations. Donald Trump himself is investing his money, and then he went out and got donations. And it's a $200 million project to make the ball. It hasn't been updated in years. So when we have dignitaries come to the White House, they're like, oh, it looks like Elvis's house.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been updated. And so look, the president is in the hospitality business.
Yes.
Have you ever been to a Trump hotel?
They're pretty nice.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you would expect that. By the way, one reporter had the nerve to ask him about the Epstein files. By the way, Trump was like, hey, these gutters really need to be cleaned. Maybe you can get your butt up here and clean them.
That reporter wouldn't know how.
Yeah.
No.
New research says that it takes about the average adult about 40 minutes to fall asleep. And by the way, if your partner,
long?
40 minutes. Some nights I lay, but if your partner has sleep apnea, that number probably goes way up. If it sounds like a steam train, that number goes way up. Bedtime. How long did it take you to fall asleep? Yeah, Monica, that's a great question of the day.
I just sent her one.
Yeah, you can tell her scratch it.
Okay, let me see.
And looks like they finally figured out what happened to Ozzy Osbourne. This is breathtaking. Look, we knew he had Parkinson's.
Yeah,
and now they're saying he had
heart disease.
Heart disease, and
because he was how old?
77-ish, something like that, and probably not in the greatest physical condition.
No,
I mean,
he's had Parkinson's. It was 2003.
Yeah, so not in great physical. So we expected that. And Francis Ford Coppola is resting nicely after being hospitalized. He's got a heart condition, and this all happened when he was in Italy. So he is resting easy. Some of the movies that he brought us, Francis Ford Coppola.
A lot.
Yeah, like.
I'm drawing a blank.
Godfather. Wasn't he Godfather? Yeah. Godfather.
I think that's right. I don't.
Yeah,
I'm drawing a complete blank, believe it or not.
Yeah, I mean, he had many, many movies. And his daughter is also in the industry. So, and you would, you would think when I say the
Apocalypse
name,
Now. That was the one I was trying to think of.
Yeah. His daughter is Sofia Coppola.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Godfather.
Mm-hmm.
Apocalypse Now.
And 2 and 3.
Yeah, all of them. Bram Stoker's Dracula, Outsiders, The Conversation, the list goes.
Jeepers Creepers.
Yeah, on and on and on. American Graffiti was, I think, one of his first.
That was George Lucas, wasn't it? Pretty sure that was George Lucas.
No clue.
Because American Graffiti had Harrison Ford in it, and that's how he got him to be.
Yeah,
in
it
Star
does say
Wars.
he was he was the producer. So he was the producer, not the director, but the producer in that. All right, 17 after the hour 7. I'm going to get you updated with weather. Our text line 877-396-W105. So, what question of the day did we go by?
How long does it take for you to fall asleep?
Fall asleep. How long does it take you to fall asleep? Love to hear from you. By the way, morning show this morning, text line 877-396-W105 being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Find them at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply. They also have the big truck parts. They've got the largest selection around Avenue D and Lovington. And thank you because we're broadcasting from the End of the Mountain God studio. And special appreciation going out to Permian Ford. Check them out today. Looking for a brand new car or truck, go check out Daniel at Permian Ford. Check them out today. All right, Democrats from Texas, we'll get you updated on that story. And Albuquerque makes the list of the Justice Department's sanctuary cities. Is that something to be proud of?
No.
They are applauding that they made the damn list. Yeah, we'll get to that coming up in a second. So we are going to help people avoid federal law. That makes zero sense.
Well, Democrats are proud that they are flaunting their ability to go around federal law.
Yeah.
They want to break it. So when you talk about lawbreakers.
They're lawbreakers.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're lawbreakers.
And cowards.
Yeah, and cowards. Well,
they keep proving that.
I was told last night, speaking of the Texas Democrats, the people that came to New Mexico to visit Michelle Lujan Gresham flew here in a $400,000 jet.
Bribery.
Who donated that?
Sure.
I mean, because in Texas, you only make, what is it, $40,000 a year? I think
it's 60.
$60,000. So if you make it $60,000, you can't afford a $400,000 jet. No.
Well, and that's where I think that they're finally smart in talking about the bribery charges.
Yeah. So we'll see how it all plays out. But that's what I was told last night by a very reliable source. All right, 619 morning show this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. They offer dry cleaning, pressing, starching, and they can wash, dry, and fold all your clothes. Walk in, drop off your clothes, pick them up later. Can you imagine not having to do laundry all weekend? Yes, they can handle all of that. Go check them out. They've got 3 locations. And if you want to wash, dry, and fold your own clothes, spend your entire weekend doing that, not a problem. You can do that. They have coin-operated machines at all 3 of their locations, 609 West Lee, 604 West Church, and 406 West Cedar in Loving. So 2 locations in Carlsbad, 1 location in Loving. One-stop shop for all of your laundry. High temperature today. It's going to be another hot one. I'm calling BS when it comes to the weather. Yesterday, they said that it was going to be 100. No. My car said it was like 100 and gazillion. Yeah, it was like 105 inside the vehicle. 69 tonight, 99 tomorrow, and the continued hot weather as we wrap up the week for southeast New Mexico. Ruidoso, 89 and sunny, no rain in the forecast, which is great news. 61 and cloudy tonight, 89 coming up tomorrow, 20% chance of afternoon showers. And maybe Saturday and into Sunday, maybe a chance of rain in the forecast for the weekend. And extreme heat for Albuquerque. Heat advisory in effect. 103 this afternoon. Might be a little hazy this morning. Sunny by this afternoon. 20% chance of early evening showers. 70 the overnight low. And then tomorrow back up to 102. And much of the same for the rest of the week. 5-day forecast. Go to W105radio.com. Quick check of the weather. Being brought to you by WWRV3.com. 988-0392. Affordable, quiet place to park your RV. If you're working around Carlsbad, they've got you covered with 162 sites at 3 different parks. All utilities included for one low price, and that includes your high-speed internet. Pet-friendly, very well lit up. Check them out today at www.rv3.com. Wait, did I just do the www?
Yep.
Wow. And that's a lot of damn W's.
That's a lot.
Let me do it again. www.rv3.com. 988-0392. Check them out today. Texas Democrats compared the congressional redistricting to the Holocaust. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? On the Don Lemon Show, State Representative Yolanda Jones. Who?
Yolanda.
Said that it's like the Holocaust. No, it's not. It's not even close. Next, you'll be saying it's like civil rights. It's not.
Look, these are people who aren't known for anything, who are trying to be known for something.
Well, and I mean, when you're appearing on the Don Lemon Show, that's problematic at itself.
So, representatives make a base salary in Texas of $7,200, $7,200. But they get a per diem of $221 a day, and they get 58 cents a mile and all that kind of stuff. So it adds up. The average for a Texas legislator is $43,000. But their base salary is only $7,000.
I thought they got like a salary of 30 plus. Huh. Well, I know, you know, like in California, they're getting they're actually, I think their base salary is like close to 100.
But when you look at their per diem being $221 a day, that adds up quick. Plus any mileage on their vehicle.
So I wonder if that includes going to any meetings, because I bet
yes.
Yeah, I got a buddy of mine that told me last night that he makes more money off of mileage than he does his salary. I was like, say what? Because he doesn't get paid a big salary. He works for a nonprofit for the state. But, yeah, he gets more money off of mileage than he does his salary.
Well, and the governor in Texas only gets $153,000 a year.
That's about what
New
Mexico's governor gets.
However,
However,
the land commissioner in Texas.
Oh, yeah. Land commissioner is the railroad commissioner.
Yeah, land commissioner is $223,000, and railroad is only $140,000.
Yeah, but
but that's where the kickbacks are.
Yeah, that's where you're making the real cash in Texas. I had no idea railroad commission had so much power. It is in some cases more powerful than the governor.
Their education commissioner makes $220,000.
Yeah, and you know what? $200,000. I know it sounds like a hefty amount, but it really isn't that much money in this day and age. It really, I mean, I got friends that work in the oil patch that close to $200,000.
Yeah.
I probably got friends that make more than $200,000. They just don't want to tell me about it because then I'm going to ask them to buy me free lunch or something. No, I'm not that guy. Looks like U.S. Justice Department publishing a list of sanctuary jurisdictions around the country and threatening legal action against them. Albuquerque is included in that list of cities. Now, Pam Bondi is calling out the states, the counties, and the cities that refuse to work with ICE while they investigate illegal immigrants. She said her department plans to bring litigation against these jurisdictions. That does include Albuquerque.
Okay.
Mayor of Albuquerque, Timmy Keller, and law enforcement leaders have spoken out several times recently about the city's migrant-friendly status. Look, there's a big difference between migrant-friendly and illegal migrant-friendly. It's just, I mean, I get what you guys are doing. It's all about the way you set up the wording. And you have taken legal immigration and lumped it with illegal immigration by calling everybody migrants. I understand exactly what you're doing, but I hope to God that the DOJ comes down on little Timmy Keller. And what kind of law enforcement? I'm just going to ask the question. Albuquerque, what kind of law enforcement says no to federal authorities? Your brothers and sisters in law enforcement, and you tell them, no, I'm not going to work with you. What kind of law enforcement are you?
And yet the governor calls the National Guard.
I'm just wondering. Sad news to report: state police mourning the loss of one of their canines. Vector passed away. Has been with the bomb squad since 2022. And Vector is going to be put has been put to rest, but will be laid to rest coming up in the next couple days. Suspect in the University of New Mexico dorm shooting ordered to remain behind bars. Of course, John Fuentes, he was 18 years old, shot and killed that at 14-year-old and injured a 19-year-old. And I know I've said it before, was a 14-year-old in the middle of the night doing at a dorm room. But, the 14-year-old, Michael Lamont, was identified as a victim of this senseless killing. Police say that Fuentes and Lamont, 18 and 19-year-old, were at the dorms, at the Casa del Rio dorms, playing video games. One of the people present told the police that Fuentes shot Lamont and killed him. He said, then reported Fuentes pointed the gun at him and then shot the 19-year-old. By the way, there was many drugs involved, including LSD, cocaine, marijuana, and alcohol.
Not a surprise.
So he was intoxicated with some stimulant at the time of the shooting. And I'll say it again, what is a 14-year-old in the middle of the night hanging out with 18 and 19-year-olds?
Yep.
And the parents are, mourning, and I get that. And the parents are, blaming everybody but themselves. And that's par for the course.
Yeah, sure. I was going to say.
That's par for the course. But, the parents have to look in the mirror and going, why did we allow this 14-year-old to hang out with 18 to 19-year-olds? That's a pretty big age gap. And, especially if there's cocaine involved and, all kind of other stuff. 14 years old. Crazy.
Be a parent.
They'll blame the video games, I'm sure. They will blame the video games.
But, I wish someone, and this is where Dr. Phil actually sometimes does
Makes
good,
sense, yeah.
is he tells people, you got to be the parent.
Yeah.
You got to be a parent first, friend after that.
Well, once they grow up, you can be friends.
Yes,
for sure.
But while they're young, you have to be the parent.
No doubt. All right, 6:30 morning show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters and the Home Store. Find them in the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR, jeans, coveralls, gloves, shirts, you name it, they've got it. Safety gear, steel toe boots. They've got a section of boots for just $99.
Good boots.
And our buddy Joe, not yet. All right. Well, hold off. Hold up. Let me say. Bit my tongue. So Joe will be on coming up in a couple days. He's got a special announcement.
And he always works in the community to do community things.
So Rig Outfitters has furniture, appliance, electronics, zero down financing. RigOutfitters.com. Scrub Outfitters right next door. Scrub Outfitters, they have the largest selection of scrubs, Dickies, Healing Hands, Mercouture, Peaches. Check them out today. They're on Facebook and right next to Rig Outfitters. It's Scrub Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. Monica and the text, 631.
All right. Smokey in Arizona says, good morning, fellas and Monica. Good morning to you.
Good morning.
Steve B wants to let Ricky know that he's got a track hoe if he finds the guy. Francis Coppola is Nicolas Cage's uncle.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah, that is true.
And to answer your question of the day, it only takes me 2.2 seconds to go to sleep. My head hits the pillow and lights are out. Linda in Carlsbad said, how long to fall asleep? Do you got a calendar? Not a big sleeper, but my husband can fall asleep at the drop of a hat. Big D said, it depends if I put a heavy rain and thunder with no ads and a black screen.
Really?
4 to 5 minutes. You can find it on YouTube, he said. Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Artesia Breakfast Club fan said, come to New Mexico if you want to see the Holocaust redistricting for Republicans.
Man, I mean, and these same people that are yelling and screaming had zero to say about New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. This texter said, Jolanda is kin to LaWasha.
Darn sure is.
Mike from Edgewood said, the Texas Democrats, as well as all Democrats, need to keep the Nazi theme going. They have nothing else to go on. You're right, Mike.
You can really draw very strong parallels to the U.S. Democrat Party right now and the Nazi Germany Party.
Mm-hmm. Roy from Joust said the Railroad Commission and Texas University lands are the biggest crooks in the oil field. Their hand is always in the cookie jar. They make up so many damn rules to steal money.
Yep.
And Big John said this question is for Blake. Why does a vehicle with state rep plates have the right to speed going into Hobbs? I was just going to say they don't have a right to speed. I was going to Hobbs on the Carlsbad Highway yesterday when a vehicle with rep 61 plates passed me like I was sitting still. My cruise was set at 65. An educated guess said they'd be 80 to 85.
These are humans. And just like I speed, I'm sure the speed. I mean, it's not about privilege. I mean, if they get a ticket, they're going to have to pay the ticket just like me. And so, and I've got a heavy foot. And, yeah, I've been known to speed a little bit. So they're human beings. They're human beings. I'm not saying that, it's right or wrong, but I'm saying we're all human beings, and I've done it, and I continue to do it. I'm not saying it's right, but I continue to do it. I got places to go. I got people to see.
You're just like me. I'm like, I need to get there. Okay, last one. Jay the Pumper said, I can operate a track hoe. What's the number?
You only need the hole to be 6 feet deep.
Don't forget the question of the day is, how long does it take you to fall asleep? And I'm going to give you my answer. As I agree with what Linda said. As soon as my head hits the pillow, like, good luck to whoever's Facebook I happen to be looking at.
And it's not about if I'm tired or not, because a lot of times, like in the afternoon, I will be before, comes bring me my food because she does that. Not that she has to, but because she wants to.
Mm-hmm. She's a servant like that.
And so she'll come bring me my food, and I'm falling asleep, and she goes, "You're sleepy?" Yeah, I'll eat my food.
Right.
And then can't go to sleep after that.
Well, sometimes, with digestion, that makes you have to do things.
Yeah, I can't. No, it ain't even that. But
Yeah, I think the moment I get still and it's quiet, I'm out.
Now, my wife, like all Filipinos, I've seen them falling asleep like riding on a motorcycle. Like
my God.
like the passenger, like the backseat driver.
Right.
They're falling asleep. I'm going, how the hell is that safe?
Well, I've heard the concerts in the background a block away from your house.
I mean, by God, how is that? Unbelievable. All right, thought for the day this morning being brought to you by Wakefield Oil. They've got 40 years experience in the patch, delivering oil and gas products, all gas, interstate batteries. 575-622-4160. Go to wakefieldOil.com. Diesel, gas, interstate batteries, whatever you need, they'll get it to you on-road, off-road. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day is many innocent cats have been hoisted into the air thanks to Lion King. It's my thought for the day this morning. All right, it could happen. I can't wait if it does happen when the Clintons march back into Washington, D.C. to testify. James Comer yesterday unleashed a subpoena storm against the Clintons, Comey, Garland, Mueller, you name it. He wants them all to testify in the Epstein probe. Why are we using the word Epstein and probe in the same sentence?
You know why.
So anyway, I can't wait for this to happen. And they released, there's a bunch of former Attorney General Alberto Gonzales, Jeff Sessions, Robert Mueller, Loretta Lynch, Eric Holder, Merrick Garland, James Comey, the former director, Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, just to name a couple.
Look, Hillary Clinton is a professional liar. If you remember way, way back, she got fired from her job as an aide because she was a liar.
Well, I mean, it's what she does.
And there's no way these people are going to... you can have all the hearings you want, and you can bring in all those people.
I mean, what happens if they all get up there and take the fifth?
Right.
I mean...
Or they flat out lie.
And that is the norm, that everybody takes the fifth. All right, be careful, MAGA. Tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by Seminole Siding and Construction, trusted name across southeast New Mexico. If you're coming to the Lee County Fair, they're right across from our booth. Right across. Go chat with them today. They can put up metal buildings, the big ones. I'm talking about commercial and industrial type metal buildings. They can take care of your roof. If you still have hail damage and you haven't taken care of it, they can take care of that for you. They also do windows and sidings and doors. You seamless gutters. Get in touch with them today. 575-391-1430. Go to the website, SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. These people are sick. They hate the word MAGA. They're offended by the word MAGA. And now they do not want your food in the microwave to heat evenly because you're a member of MAGA.
MAGA, and you're watching this, I hope the next time you microwave some food, it heats unevenly, and then you stir it and you microwave it again, and then you're like, okay, I've microwaved it twice now, so it's probably good, right? And then you take it to the table and you take a bite, and then you realize that there's spots that are too cold and other spots that are too hot.
Thank you.
And then you have to go stand up and go walk back to the microwave and microwave it again.
Serious? Is that all you have? Is that it?
Well, this kid is barely out of puberty, obviously.
Is that it? By the way, anybody listening on the video stream can tell me if I have eliminated the echo that we've had now that we're playing these cuts. If you could tell me that, I would greatly appreciate. Serious, I would. If you could tell me that, because I can't do both at the same time. Looks like New Mexicans. How many New Mexicans will lose their Medicaid coverage? Monica, how many do you think?
You know, I'm not. I'm going to say about 30%.
I'm going to guess 0 legal New Mexicans.
I think the number is highly inflated in a state that has how many people?
2.1 million.
2.1 million, 98,000 New Mexicans could lose their Medicaid coverage.
Are they illegal?
Now, what does it state the reasons for? And I'll tell you. If that's...
Well, the impact on the big, beautiful bill that people will have to work a minimum of 20 hours or volunteer or whatever. There are people, young people, that are just refusing to work. And parents, do your job, parents. If you have a young adult, and they're not kids anymore. When they turn 18, they're not kids. I mean, we might call them kids, but if they're not going to school, they should be productive citizens.
Right.
And I'm not here to tell you how to raise kids, but we're not doing anybody any favors when we're not hard on our kids. We really aren't. You know, I have been extremely hard on my kids. You know, get a job, pay your own bills. And we, you know, in the beginning when me and my wife got together, she would look at me like, so mean, because the way I talk to my boys is like, be a man.
Yes.
And that's the way I'm going to talk.
Yeah.
I'm going to talk to them. Sometimes I might cuss and get a job.
Yeah.
You one day will be running your family, so you should be responsible now. And we are not doing young adults any favors by coddling. We are not. Best move I ever made was move to Arkansas away from my kids because I forced them to move out of the house and be on their, be sustained, get a job. If you can't make enough money, go get another job. Work 2 jobs. Oh, my God, I got to work 2 jobs. Well, now it's norm for them to do so. Get up.
I don't understand. I mean, my daughter's going through this right now, right? There a couple of the kids that have just done some stuff.
Yeah.
And she won't get them out of their problems. And so they're mad.
Well,
because she won't just take care of it.
Yeah,
but she's being a parent.
Yeah, and that is very important. But they're saying 98,000 New Mexicans could lose their coverage. State could lose $8.5 billion in federal provider payments. Well, I mean, in a state that we are encouraging other people from other states to come here and we'll pay for their abortions.
Yeah, why?
How much money is going on? How many of those people do you sign up for Medicaid that aren't from New Mexico?
Well, to get those benefits.
Yeah, I bet it is quite high. I bet it was quite high. And by the way, there are people out there that are getting, food stamps and SNAP benefits and Medicaid and all of that. And they're abusing the system. And you know what? You shouldn't be on Medicaid and SNAP and get your nails done. I'm just saying, somebody might hate me for that.
But that's true. And that's what I'm saying. It's you have a state that's just trying to do whatever they can to give stuff away, and there is 0 personal responsibility.
Yeah. So that is the problem. Monica, you getting your nails and
on Medicaid?
Nope.
I'm going to be honest. I miss my girl in the Philippines because I looked at my.
Let me tell you.
I looked at my feet, and the wife goes, "They're very dry, and they need to be cut." I miss her.
Tell you that.
I miss her.
My daughter, she's 19, and she goes to Bible school. But of course, she's been off for this summer. She worked full time. She's working full time right now. She goes back to school in September. She just got a new car. And so she said, Mom, I'm not going to be able to get my nails done anymore. And I said, yeah, you're right. You're not going to be able to get them done as often or as fancy. So you know what she did? She bought everything that she needed on Amazon to do her own damn nails.
There you go.
And now she's doing other people's nails.
There you go.
Okay.
Getting paid. Like, kids need to be taught to think that way.
Yes.
You know?
100%.
You got to think outside the box.
Exactly. Like,
Yeah.
you don't have to give everything up completely, and you could still do it and
Yeah,
make some
you can get
money.
you can get it done.
There you go.
President Trump, I am not for this
Solve
idea.
the problem.
Yeah, solve the
Yes,
problem.
exactly.
President Trump confirming that he is talking to the Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent. He has talked to him about replacing Powell, but the updated story that came out this morning said that he won't replace Powell.
And I think that's a bad
I
move
think-
because you
yeah.
need Scott Bessent
Yeah,
right where he's at.
He has done an awesome job as the Treasury Secretary, and I would find somebody else to move in the Powell's spot. I'm sure there's somebody that we can find. And the president yesterday signed an executive order establishing a 2028 Olympic Games task force for Los Angeles. Monica, I want you to play along with this. Some of the new games at the Olympics in Los Angeles. I'll go first. You come up with number 2. Rock throwing competition. You come up with, go ahead.
Whining competition.
Okay, Blake.
The 100-yard dash trash pickup.
Okay.
I'm going to go with the burning of the American flag while carrying a foreign flag mile relay.
Say that again.
It's a double relay.
The burning of the American flag while carrying a foreign flag mile relay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one.
I mean,
the swimming in non-existent
Oh, no.
fire
I've got one.
water.
I've got one. Protesting while being the bushiest.
Yeah, well.
Competition.
Yeah, so brick throwing competition will also be a big sport.
Which, by the way, go ahead.
I mean, you have to think all this money that America is going to pay, and it's a representation of America. Look, you say what you want when people turn on that TV to watch the Olympics and they're protesters in the stands at the fencing competition, people will speak out. People are going to go, what the hell's going on with America? It's a representation of us. So, man, and a big investment.
Well, and if there's a city that really doesn't represent America, it's Los Angeles.
You're right.
No doubt.
You're right.
Yeah. Monica, what did you have to say?
I was going to say, which, by the way, Lee County's bushiest protester was in full effect.
Yeah,
last
I
night
had
at the
this
fair.
guy eyeballing me at the Lee County Fair last night. And you know what? I'll talk to anybody. I mean,
course.
even
Me
if
too.
you're from the other side, but don't come over there with Dr.
Seuss hat?
Dr. Seuss hat and start eyeballing me like. And by the way, wearing pajamas is just not cool to an event.
Well,
It's not.
and Monica and I talked about this, and we
Hello-
know that he's one of the texters.
I'm sure.
We just don't know which one.
And Hello Kitty is just not that damn popular.
No, it's not.
I mean, I'm just saying, and wearing your mom's slippers to an event, look, I know you're living at her house, but next time put your own slippers on. I mean,
Right?
come on. Let's go. FBI reports showing a reduction in crime in New Mexico. So the FBI releasing the national crime stats, and it is showing that nearly 15% drop in homicides. Now, these numbers are, of course, running a year late because,
Right.
Every day I'm doing the news and there's a murder in Albuquerque. It just seems like every day there's a murder, and there's probably or a murder or officer-involved shooting where somebody shoots at the police and they shoot back. We also saw a 5% drop in rapes. Meanwhile, New Mexico homicide rate fell 7%. And study shows that violent crimes fell about 3%. And so study covered, they say, about 95% of the population. But I have to ask because, during the Biden administration, they had said that a lot of the crime rates were down. And then we looked into it. There were a lot of places just didn't report.
Right.
So I'm wondering if the crime is down. Upper Canyon in the village of Ruidoso has temporarily been shut down because of the damaging coming from the flood.
That starts tomorrow morning at 8 a.m.
So, and if you need help, if you live up there, need help, get in touch with the village. Gabe Vasquez, Congressional District 2. Gabe, haven't passed any legislation. I haven't even got a bill out of committee yet. I gotta go, Gabe Vasquez. Anyway, really likes to spend money. You know, he's supposed to be a common man with a common plan. You know, we've seen the videos of him, you know, fishing with the big catfish. But then we've also now get the report from the Pinon Post that he spent $7,000 at a high-end restaurant. $7,000. You know, he must have the Michelle Lujan Gresham disease,
right?
Where he likes spending other people's money and living very lavish lifestyle.
High on the hog.
High on the hog. Now, this guy has traveled all over the place. Of course, D.C., New York, Santa Monica, even Jackson Hole. Oh, wait, we can't call it Jackson Hole. We just have to call it Jackson now.
No, Jackson is next door to Jackson Hole.
Yeah, but you can't mention the word hole. They changed the name officially.
Oh, did they?
Yeah. Well, not officially, but all the people that go up there for the Hollywood types, they just call it Jackson now. No hole.
There's actually two towns,
yeah,
Jackson
but
Hole and Jackson.
You can't call it hole. No. Anyway, this guy loved the fancy. True story. I can't make this up. Anyway, this guy loves to eat out. And, you know, when you look at his waistband, you could probably tell he loves eating. He went to the Rio Chama Prime and spent $1,300, which is a steakhouse in Santa Fe. And, yeah, look, he loves spending other people's money. By the way, that story on Pinon Post, if you want to go check out the whole thing. There was a significant explosion and a major power outage yesterday in Gallup. So the significant explosion near the community pantry in Gallup caused the power outage. The police responded to the explosion, and all traffic lights in the area were out, and they're still trying to figure out what happened. I don't know if the power is back on there, but it knocked everything out. Did you guys see the plane crash? Medical transport plane crash that crashed and killed 4 people near the New Mexico-Arizona border. Happened about 12:40 yesterday. 4 people on board perished in that flight. And if you have not claimed your tax credit from New Mexico, $14.3 million worth of money that has been unclaimed. I got to ask this question. If somebody didn't do their taxes and file that tax credit, why are we telling them about it? I mean, if they did their taxes, or maybe they didn't pay taxes. Maybe they didn't work, but New Mexico Taxation and Revenue claiming that there's about $14.3 million of unclaimed child tax credits that are available. And, you know, credit available for parents who make less than $350,000 a year and have qualifying dependents. Families earning $25,000 or less get about $600 per child in New Mexico. So $14.3 million left on the table. New information coming out about Sydney Sweeney. Now she's a racist. We knew it was coming. We knew it was coming. Look, she's got blonde hair and blue eyes.
That does not make you a racist.
And big boobs on top of that.
That does not make you a
And
racist.
she can shoot a gun.
And a registered gun. And Monica, thank you.
Does
Ding,
not
ding.
make you a racist.
So
anyway, Heckler called Sydney Sweeney a racist at the premiere of her movie Americana.
I would probably guess that the heckler is a racist.
Stop being a racist, Sydney. Stop being a racist. I always have to ask idiots like this, what exactly did she do that would make her a racist?
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, I've heard that argument for years. People coming up to me and telling me, you're a racist, calling into this show, you're a racist. Why? Please tell me. Have I treated anybody of color any different? No. By the way, if I see you on the street, if I meet you, I
don't care.
I really don't care. By the way, my entire family is made up of brown folks.
Mm-hmm.
So why would I care?
Color of your skin, your sexual orientation.
I don't care.
I don't care. We're human beings.
That's your business. By the way, at the same time, I'm white. I was born this way. Don't hate me because I'm white. Don't think that I have special, benefits or whatever because I'm white.
Right.
I'm not privileged.
No.
Hell, I'm 66 and still working. If I was privileged, my butt would be sitting at the beach this morning.
With a Mai Tai.
Well, I don't know about Mai Tai, but with something. All right, 5 minutes away from the hour 7. We'll check the text, then we'll dive into these Democrats that are so upset. And it's hot up in here. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Fenn's Country Market in Artesia. Big savings going on. Summer savings splash. Whole pork loins, $1.99 a pound. Get the sirloin steak for $7.99 a pound. Whole fryers, $1.19 a pound. Raw shrimp are just $5.99. You can find all of that going on right now at Fenn's in Artesia. Produce department red ripe strawberries are $1.99 for a pound. Get the blackberries, raspberries, and the blueberries. 6-ounce containers get 2 for $5. Seedless green grapes are $1.99. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag, $2.99. You can also find all the things that you need to make sandwiches. Maybe making meals for the kids. They've got you covered there with lots of lunchbox treats like cupcakes and that type of stuff. They also have chicken breast for $8.49 a pound. Also, Virginia ham for $5.49 a pound, and Black Forest ham for $5.99 a pound. They also have Tampico Punch, 2 gallons for just $4. And, of course, all the Coke, Pepsi, Mountain Dew. Find it today where you can get the 20-pack for $9.99. Check them out today. We'll go to the text up next. Democrats are losing their mind, and they're so damn violent. Al Green. No, not that Al Green. Congressman Al Green taking it to Donald Trump.
There are no circumstances that will prevent me from continuing to challenge the bigotry emanating from the presidency and policy. I will not stop, and I promise you, this president is going to, he's going to be brought down. He's going to be
brought down. He's going to be.
Wasn't he censured?
He is going to be brought down. Now, the problem with that is.
He looks like he needs to wash his face.
Wasn't he censured?
Yeah, but the problem with all of that is what part of redistricting is racial?
None.
What part?
Well, unless they overtly do it as racist.
So, cut number 1 from Jasmine Crockett.
Instead, we are not only going to punch you back, but we are going to knock you out. So I fully anticipate that we are going to take control of the United States House because that is what the American people want. And that is why Donald Trump and his regime is so afraid.
Why?
They are afraid. Oh, my goodness.
Why are these Democrats basically calling for violence against the president? Are they trying to incite someone to try to commit assassination again?
I don't know, but it sounds very violent to me, the way she, she's
a violent woman.
She's very violent. Then she was on another show where she was talking about the same topic.
But right now, all I know is that we've got to do everything that we can to save this country because right now it feels like we're going to hell and it doesn't seem like we have a way back. I actually had to leave a congressional delegation trip where we were in, I was in London at the time.
Listen what she says. She was in London.
England.
England. Is that part of the United States?
Nope.
No. Yeah.
I'm with the Judiciary Committee, and it is very frightening to see how far, how much influence this terrible regime is having, not just in this country, but on other countries. It is also terrible that our friends don't know if we can be good friends. We know that Canada is upset with us. We know that Mexico is upset with us. So the only thing that I know is that...
Wait. The job of a congresswoman is to make other countries happy?
No.
Damn. I had no idea. And let me just say this. Beto O'Rourke. You could take Beto O'Rourke and Tim Walz, put them together, and they wouldn't be enough masculinity to call them a patriot. Both of them together.
No.
Together, their testosterone numbers are probably like a 200. Together.
Maybe.
Yeah, together. And when I look at old Beto O'Rourke in his skinny jeans.
And he is such a D-bag, just as a person.
Who, Beto?
Yes.
I had
Robert? Yes.
Yeah. I had a friend of mine
I didn't know
that
his real name
owns
was Robert.
radio.
Yeah, he's Irish.
Yeah.
Oh.
O'Rourke.
There is zero Hispanic in him.
Well, so I got and his mom's not Hispanic either.
No, that's what I'm saying.
So I got a friend of mine that owns radio stations in Oklahoma and in Texas. He said Beto was coming to town, and every venue was booked. You know, they were like, nope, we've got something scheduled that day. He said he ended up going to like a Mexican restaurant in the parking lot on a trailer, and about 6 people showed up.
Oh, my God.
Good.
Yeah, it was very good. It was very good. Beto O'Rourke talking about taking the fight to the Republicans.
Instead of fighting back, we fight through this. We fight forward like a boxer moving off the back foot and onto his front foot, going from defense to offense, taking this fight to every county in the state of Texas, to every state house district, to every congressional district, to every state in the union, if we have to do that.
D-bag.
To no longer await the punch thrown by these would-be fascists, but to throw ours first and to throw ours harder.
Wait a second. Are we fascists or would-be fascists? Because there is a difference.
Well, I mean, look, you got people out there openly calling themselves Democratic Socialist. Correct me if I'm wrong. That was the Nazi Party of Germany.
Well, and, you know, there are more of these socialists coming out running for office. I'll talk about that probably in the next break. I've got 2 more cuts, and then we'll take our break. But, we got to do the price of oil.
We do.
I'll come back to the Texas Democrat. We'll get to that. Price of oil this morning. I got to get to that. Being brought to you by our new sponsor, Wilbanks LLC. If you see anybody in a Wilbanks truck or you got the tag or the placard that says Wilbanks LLC, say thank you guys for sponsoring the price of oil. Look, these guys have been working in the Permian Basin since 1981. 4 decades of experience, quality reputation. They're just good people. They get the job done. They provide cranes and crane services to a growing basin that is very dependent on these heavy machines. And look, they're growing themselves. They have a growing fleet of truck cranes, rough terrain, all-terrain crawlers ranging from 50 tons to 350 tons. It's equipment that you need to complete a job. And if you've got a project coming up, you need to get in touch with these guys, the men and women at Wilbanks LLC, working hard. Doesn't matter if you are thinking about a project, compression, battery builds, wireline, frac, plant builds. Call them. Call them first. Wilbanks LLC, 575-746-6318. A name you can trust, Wilbanks LLC, since 1981.
Oil prices inching up this morning. About $1.05 up for West Texas Intermediate at 66.21. Brent crude up $1.03 at 68.67. Natural gas up a penny at $3.02, and the wholesale cost on gasoline is up 3 cents to to $2.12, Kevin.
All right, we'll go to Monica coming up in just a second. Morning show being brought to you by A Custom Construction and Roofing and Insurance Specialist. Licensed, bonded, and insured. 30 years of experience. They've got the, also 30 years, they've got the Better Business Bureau A-plus rating. If you need help with any construction project or you've got roof issues, call them, 575-318-9725. And don't forget the unlicensed out-of-town contractors come into New Mexico, come into your backyard and say, oh, we can do it better and cheaper. And then at the end of the day, you discover cheaper is the key word. Shoddy work. Don't trust them because when they're gone, the warranty is gone. Call Dwayne Pennick, 575-318-9725. The fifth suspect arrested. His mugshot released after the FBI, of course, arrested him. 38-year-old Patrick Rosemont was on the run, but arrested in Atlanta, Georgia. Now, I do believe this is the guy that sucker punched the lady who now has traumatic brain injury.
Ooh.
Senate GOP ready to go nuclear on Schumer for trying to extort the president. He wanted $1 billion in aid going back to U.S. aid. That's what he wanted. And Trump told him to go pound rocks. So now they're looking to go nuclear. The problem with all of this is our Senate Majority Leader, Thune, is like, no recess appointments. We're not going to do recess appointments. Look, you got to play by the same rules that the Democrats are playing by. And they play dirty. So unfortunately, you got to play dirty to win. New Mexico State Police looking for a woman that has been missing in Hobbs. 32-year-old Emerald Iniosa is 4 foot 11 inches and 160 pounds. Last seen wearing a black T-shirt, white jeans, black shoes, and a gold hoop earrings and a red bracelet. If anybody knows where she is, please get in touch with the state police or the Hobbs Police Department.
I believe she was found, Kevin.
Was she?
Yeah.
Oh.
The Hobbs Police Department shared it yesterday.
Oh.
They just put found across that picture.
Well, sorry about that because I didn't get that update. Nearly 60% of Germans said they will not fight if their country was attacked. Are we becoming the same way as Germany? 60% of Germans said even if their country was attacked. Say China attacks Germany. They're not fighting back.
They're just rolling over.
They're just rolling over. Get on the damn train cart, please. Get on the train cart. And DOJ charging 4 nationals with providing key tech to the Chinese Communist Party. So 2 Chinese nationals were arrested for trying to extort tens of millions of dollars worth of sensitive microchip information, according to the DOJ. They made the arrests yesterday. Monica, you want me to give the names?
Yep.
Okay, the names are Shang Qing, 28 years old, and Swang Yang, also 28 years old. They were both arrested. So you got Ching and
Ching and Swang.
Yeah, and Yang that were both arrested. Rollback of state tuition for illegal immigrants. Many Republican states have already rolled that back, but according to the GOP-led states, including Texas, they're going to completely undo any benefits given to illegal aliens for school.
Wow.
23 states plus the District of Columbia offer undocumented aliens free tuition or tuition waivers. So let me get this right. In New Mexico is one of those states.
Yep.
So if somebody from Texas comes to go to school in New Mexico, they are going to pay a out-of-state tuition.
Correct.
But if somebody comes from Guatemala, they'll get free tuition. Am I on to that?
Yeah.
Okay, I got it right. Yeah. Okay. I'm double checking. I thought maybe I had it right.
But it just goes to show how the left hates this country and wants to destroy it from within.
Yeah, no doubt. No doubt. All right, a couple more cuts, then we'll go to Monica, then we'll take our break. This guy discussing how the Texas Democrats running away. His name is Ramon Romero, Democrat from Texas, saying it's like the Alamo. It's like the Alamo.
What an idiot.
It's like the Alamo.
So today, we Texans, we're doing something we don't normally ask for. We're asking for help. Maybe just as they did back in the days of the Alamo when they asked the rest of the country to come and join in on this fight.
No.
So we do ask you to join this fight.
Because
we're defending the rights of all Americans to value their vote and never be discouraged by way of a map drawn
That's a new voice.
to say
Who
that
is
your
that
vote
guy?
doesn't matter.
Yeah, that's
Another nobody.
Yeah, from Texas.
So, first of all, every Texan out there is
Yeah.
going, that's not what they did at the Alamo.
Yeah.
They sent a word to Sam Houston. They didn't ask the U.S. to come and help at the Alamo.
Yeah. All right, I got one cut that I really want people to dig down on. I've said similar things before, but this lady's a Republican. Let me say that to begin with. She is a Republican, and her name is Elvira Salvador. Maria Elvira Salvador, Republican from the state of Florida. I'll get to her cut up next. This fly and the heat in the studio
I know.
is about to kill me.
Do you have the swatter over there?
The fly.
I do not have one.
The fly.
The fly, but I know where to get one.
Me too.
Yeah, damn Lee County
Yeah.
Fair. 7-Eleven morning show this morning being brought to you by At Last Makeup Mirror and Grooming Tool times 1 times 5 times 10 magnification. Hey, when you go to Lee County Fair, come to our booth. Come to our booth because
We don't have fly swatters, but we got some
we
instead.
could be giving away.
Not fly swatter.
No, but the pocket mirrors, we could be giving those away. You never can tell. So come to our booth for more information at the Lee County Fair. AtLastMakeupMirror.com is where you can find out more information about the original At Last Makeup Mirror or the pocket mirrors. And look, these things have been endorsed by Reba McEntire and endorsed by makeup artists across the United States. Call Rebecca Long this morning, 575-631-3189. AtLastMakeupMirror.com. You can order right from the At Last Makeup Mirror page. All right, 7:12. One more cut, then text, then we'll break. So this lady thinks it's a good idea to give amnesty. She is a Republican. And look, I have said that, for DACA kids, we should do something. And if we're getting
not the same thing.
Yeah, it is different. But if we are going to give amnesty, they should have to pay taxes back to us. I'm talking about 10% more on their taxes for 10 years as a payback for doing wrong. Look, what do you have to do when you go to court when you damage somebody else's property? You pay restitution.
Yes, and fines.
And so it would be the same. So listen to the Republican and what she had to say about anybody that's been here over 5 years. And I think 5 years is is not enough. Here's what she said. And does this encourage other people to come and stay here 5 years without being caught so they can become citizens?
If you are undocumented and you have been in the country for more than 5 years, you do not have a criminal record. You're working and paying taxes. You can come out of the shadows with no fear and apply for the dignity status. That means they will pay a fine of $7,000 over 7 years, buy their own health insurance with no access to any federal programs, and contribute 1% of their salary to the United States Treasury. That is $50 billion plus. Just do the math. In return, they will never be deported. They will be able to go home for Christmas or to go bury their mother and come back to the United States to continue working and paying taxes. It gives them a dignified life in the promised land.
So, and I didn't play that video. I didn't. I played the video, but I didn't play the video. I didn't fade it. as I look at the people that are behind her, Escobar from El Paso, Democrat, Gabe Vasquez from New Mexico, Democrat, there's a group of people standing behind her. And so I would love to hear your take on this. What's your take on this? Do you think this is a good plan? So I'd like to hear from our texters.
Well, she's from Florida, right?
Yeah, she's from Florida. Yeah.
A Republican from Florida that's backed by other
Democrats. Yeah, it's a, it's a bill that they're trying to pass that would be a bill that crossed the line. But look, I get the payback, but we already have a plan and who's checking that they don't get on the insurance? Because I'm going to tell you, when you come into this country as a legal permanent resident, you're not supposed to get on government assistance. You heard me? You're not supposed to get on government assistance. In fact, when my wife came into the country, thank God my 10 years are done. I mean, you never know. I signed an agreement that for 10 years, no matter if we stay married or not, I'm responsible for her financially.
Right.
And the government is not responsible for her in any way, and she shouldn't be on any government assistance, which she has never been on.
Right.
So we already have that, but who checks? Who's checking that? Nobody.
No one.
Nobody. Nobody is checking. All right, Monica in the text, 7:16. We'll take a break. We'll get updated with news coming up next. We're on the Breakfast Club.
As long as they can't vote or get citizenship, said a texter. Please play it again, asked another texter. This one said, is it just me or did Mr. Alamo sound like there was a whole 10 people clapping at his speech? John from Seminole said, actually, Trump told Schumer to go to hell.
Yeah, that's what he told him. Go pound rocks. I didn't want to mention.
John from Eunice said, good morning, guys. I saw Elizabeth Warren supporting Mondami.
Oh, yeah.
To myself.
Yeah, I posted that. By the way, if you want to go hear that clip again, go and check it out. It's at the Real Kevin B on TikTok. And I think I posted it up at Kevin Bonner on Facebook. If I didn't, I will post it up right now.
That woman is a Karen if I've ever seen one. She strikes me as the woman that would come out and berate you for trying to beautify your neighborhood. She is such a nut job loser. Bosque County says Beto needs to rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Those people don't even know what a racist or a fascist even are. Roy from Jow said, heck, I'm racist of being broke, LOL. Smokey in Arizona likes to eat out. He says it doesn't cost him $7,000, though. Cool Hand Lynn said next they'll try to call cornhole tournaments corn. When you guys were talking about the Olympics.
Well, we can't have no hole.
Biggest fan said, I think it's a bad idea. You're inviting trouble by doing that. And if they haven't done things legally in the right way in the first place, I don't trust them to do it. Jeffro said it was that sissy boy, Lovington liberal, that was eyeballing you guys. And this texter said, I don't waste my time on the Olympics. Junior DePorto said, Angel Reese will win the brick throwing contest. Andy and Hobbs said the sidewalk pooping contest. This texter said, I'm here in the patch. It takes about 10 minutes to fall asleep. But if I'm home with my wife, I can fall asleep in 5 seconds.
Yeah, in your truck in the air condition, it takes you about 10 minutes.
This texter said, I'm always on Rumble, and there's no echo right here, B.
Okay, good.
Clint White said, so that's the problem with my microwave. I thought it was just me. Jody from Lovington said that the second my pillow is exactly where it needs to be is the second I go to sleep. Reba Hater said, did New Mexico DOT give up on fixing that bridge over the Felix River on 285?
Man, I tell you what, that is a pain in the butt because it's just a small and it slows traffic down. I get what you guys are talking about. I feel your pain.
The problem is, and I've said this before, they're still in the design and engineering phase.
Oh, please. How long did that take?
Like up to 6 months, they said.
Yeah. By the way, I just posted that video up on Facebook, too. So
Dave McCormick said, bad idea. Bad idea. That editor chick said, my husband is asleep in seconds. Me? Pfft, what's sleep? And this one, I may be sleeping on the way to my pillow. I'm out as soon as I hit the pillow. For those that can't sleep, pray over your sleep.
Look,
Amen.
I have the Atlas makeup mirror. I mean, what am I saying?
Is that putting you to sleep?
Yeah, that put me to sleep. I look at myself, it puts me to sleep. My wife, I have the same effect on my wife. I mean, I have the, what's it called? The pillow.
My Pillow?
Yeah, My Pillow, and I have the little pillow. I have the big pillow and the little pillow. You know, after 4 neck surgeries, it's hard for me to get comfortable. And so with the little pillow, I can maneuver, and it, you know, it gets me comfy, and hopefully I can fall asleep. Yeah.
This texter said, 5 years ago, no charges. I don't think that's too bad of an idea. Lost in New Mexico said, to my Mexican brothers and sisters, learn English. And this texter said,
no habla, no habla.
Sounds kind of like leaving the fox to take care of the hen house. I don't trust a Republican that's backed by New Mexico Democrats. And this Smokey says, Smokey, most nights about 5 to 10 minutes for me to fall asleep. Correction, Blake, you'll want it at least 10 feet deep. Make sure you put a dead animal over the top of the dead body. That way, if the cops get word, there might be a dead body.
Oh, so when the cadaver dogs come.
They'll dig down, find the dead animal, and probably stop digging, thinking that's all that's there.
So you put the animal like at 2 foot.
What?
Well, you put it at like 6 and the other body at 4.
Yeah.
Or if you know someone with a pig farm, you don't need a backhoe.
Yeah.
Sure. We're good.
Our swamp. I mean, if you got a swamp, you let the crabs and you know eat it. Yeah. We're going to take a break, get you updated with news. KWMW Mount Jamara 105.1 FM. Also KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9 Albuquerque. KWES 93.5 in Ruidoso. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Over 1,000 guns in stock. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Looking for personal protection? They've got you covered with all the personal protection. Right now, they've got them while supplies last. 12-gauge semi-automatic shotgun with a hard case for $159. A wide selection of Benchmade knives. And they also have 12-gauge and 410 shotguns with the case. These are single shot for $109. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Give them a call, 575-622-0023. 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed Saturday, always open on Sunday. Taking a break. It's already 7:21. We're beyond the Breakfast Club.
Radio News is brought to you this hour by SDR Enterprises in Hobbs, proudly serving homes, ranches, and businesses across southeast New Mexico and West Texas.
SDR Enterprises of Hobbs is your complete dirt work, hydrovac, hot oiler, and trucking service. Whether your needs are environmental, hauling materials, or right-of-way seating, SDR has you covered. Call 575-393-8420 to schedule service today. That's 575-393-8420. SDR Enterprises, proudly serving homes, ranches, and businesses across southeast New Mexico and West Texas. SDR is always looking to hire CDL drivers. Please visit SDREnterprisesLLC.com and contact us today for more information. SDR Enterprises is an equal opportunity employer with strong family values.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovart. Federal officials maintain the waste isolation pilot plant is continuing to successfully dispose of nuclear waste at the underground repository between Hobbs and Carlsbad, even amid concerns the facility is aging and becoming unsafe. Mark Bollinger, manager of the Department of Energy's Carlsbad field office, which oversees WIP's operation, said during a public forum held in Hobbs that the site is continuing to increase shipments to about 17 per week, potentially continuing disposal until 2080. But that purported success comes as the New Mexico Environment Department filed an administrative compliance order to the Department of Energy and its primary WIP contractor, Salado Isolation Mining Contractors, citing 5 violations of the state permit related to the infrastructure safety. The Environment Department demanded the federal agency provide a schedule and detailed plan to address its infrastructure within 60 days of the July 25th order. And production of crude oil from onshore federal lands has increased in recent years because of significant growth in drilling activity and operations. The U.S. Energy Information Administration said Monday most of this growth was in New Mexico from crude oil produced from federal lands in the Permian Basin. According to data from the Office of Natural Resources Revenue in the U.S. Department of the Interior, onshore crude oil production from federal lands reached a record high of about 1.7 million barrels per day in 2024. EIA attributed the increase
increase in crude oil production from federal lands in New Mexico to multi-year increases in the number of leases, drilling permit approvals, and wellbore starts. According to the data from Bureau of Land Management for fiscal years 2020 through 2023, activity in New Mexico accounted for a majority of drilling permits and wellbores started on onshore federal lands. Total U.S. crude oil production nearly tripled from 5 million barrels per day in 2008 to 13.2 million barrels per day in 2024, but production from onshore federal lands increased at a faster rate. The 2024 output of 1.7 million barrels per day is 6 times as much as production in 2008. Natural gas production from onshore federal lands also increased in recent years, but at a similar rate to overall U.S. natural gas production. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
Looking for oil field, industrial, and safety supplies? Go to America Supply. Need cleaning supplies? America Supply has that too. How about restaurant and food truck supplies? Are you beginning to see a trend here? America Supply carries everything from H2S and quad monitors, fire extinguishers and first aid kits, to safety glasses, vests, FR clothing, fall protection, and gloves of all types. They have your slings and whip checks, your lift straps and cam locks, your adapters, pipe fittings, and threaders. They have many name brands like Lockout, Tagout, Pelican, Milwaukee, Rigid, and so many more. Visit America Supply to find exactly what you're looking for and then some. 502 North Grimes and Hobbs under the Big American Eagle, or call 575-393-3383.
Sizzling summer sale now at National Furniture Liquidators. Hot deals on our entire $2 million selection. Deals like this huge sectional with pop-up sleeper and chase, $14.88. A stylish 5-piece bedroom, just $677. An Ashley 6-piece dining room, $444. Or a reclining sofa and love seat, just $988 both pieces. Plus great financing options regardless of your credit. Sizzling summer sale at National Furniture Liquidators. When it comes to value, quality, and selection,
nobody beats Shorty.
I was driving home from work.
I was heading out to meet my friends.
I was thinking about what I would make for dinner.
I was just changing the station on my radio.
I was checking my cell phone.
I was only trying to change lanes.
I never saw him.
You never saw him.
I never saw that motorcycle.
Until it was too late.
Unfortunately, sometimes drivers don't notice motorcycles on the road until it's too late. Be aware. Always look for motorcycles, because it's their road too.
Sponsored by NMDOT and aired in cooperation with the NMBA and this station.
Experience a Sleep at the Wheel live at Inn of the Mountain Gods September 13th. Celebrate 50 years of hits with the Grammy Award-winning legends.
Take me back to Tulsa. I'm too young to marry.
Tickets on sale now for A Sleep at the Wheel, September 13th.
The story of the hot rod race when the Fords and the Lincolns were setting the pace. That story.
Visit inofthemountaingods.com or Ticketmaster.com. Minors must be accompanied by an adult.
It's time for the Roosevelt County Fair in Portales, New Mexico, August 19th to August 24th. Dive into the fun with half-price admission on Wednesday, August 20th. Experience live music as Jake Hooker takes the stage on Friday night, August 22nd at 7 p.m. Saturday, August 23rd is the night to remember with Ty Stelk at 8 p.m. and Hudson Westbrook at 10 p.m. All for just $10. Sunday, enjoy Porte y Estilo at 6:30 and Arasando Norte at 8:30 on the main stage. From thrilling carnival rides to local crafts, the Roosevelt County Fair is the place to be. Visit RooseveltCountyFair.com for details. Are you ready?
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. Home of the lifetime Permian Powertrain promise.
You get me going, you keep me moving, you got me on my way with what you're doing.
It's a dog-eat-dog world out there, and we're just the fire hydrant.
I think he's got the sweetest job in the world, man.
Take the time to thank all our sponsors. Be in the Breakfast Club.
Headline news. McDonald's unveiled an adult Happy Meal. It comes with a burger, fries, and a fifth of scotch. 3,000 Boeing workers went on strike. Management left the door open for negotiations. Technically, the door fell off, but you get the point. Chili's is selling cowboy boots made from the material used in their booths. Meanwhile, Arby's is selling roast beef made from old cowboy boots. Heidi Klum started a cleanse for parasites. My wife says she gets rid of parasites every morning when she drops the kids off at school. And the Connecticut Sun WNBA team is being sold for $325 million. To put that in perspective, that's $1 million per fan. This is not headline news.
That is a hell of an investment. It really is. $1 million per fan.
Why don't they just give it to the fans and then we can all say we're fans and everybody gets $1 million? I think that would be a good plan.
I think it'd be a better plan to just call it boxing and let people beat up Caitlin Clark. I mean, at least, we know what the sport is. All right, 729. We are B and the Breakfast Club. It is a beautiful hump day, Wednesday. Beautiful. Temperatures are expected to be triple digits. I'll get you updated with that.
Almost everywhere in the state.
Yeah, I'll get you updated with that coming up in just a second. By the way, morning show this morning being brought to you by Fusion Medical Spa in Ruidoso. They're in the river crossing, and skincare is so important to your overall health and well-being. And right now they're offering 20% off all procedures to teachers and students who are going back to school. Also at Fusion Medical Spa, get ready for if you're thinking about losing weight and you're trying to get on some type of semi-glutide, they're offering 35% off. And those medications they work just like Ozempic and Mounjaro and all of those. Look, those are it was a peptide way back in the day, and then of course, like anything else that they can market, they'll take that to a whole nother level. So see the staff, and, it's kind of important that you are monitored through the process. Mm-hmm. And they are offering 35% off right now at Fusion Medical Spa in Ruidoso. Give them a call, Fusion Medical Spa, 575-2574-SPA. And that's 575-257-4772. They're offering also the free vitamin injections for first responders and firefighters who they just want to say thank you for what you do for serving our community. So Fusion Medical Spa in the River Crossing, Ruidoso. Check them out today. If you're more interested, they are on social media, so you can always find them there. New York Post announced they plan to launch a sister newspaper called the California Post. That is going to be in California, of course. And there's a lot of bird cages in California, so they can line up on page 6 of the Post. And if you don't know about page 6, sorry, I know that went right over your head.
No, page 6, that's the good page.
So
I don't know what page 6 is.
Well, you're going to have to
look it up.
Yeah, so you have to check
Page
it out.
6.
By the way, New York Post, they're always 3 hours behind. That should be the slogan. But keep an eye out because, the California Post coming to a mailbox near you, maybe. Looks like Spirit Airline pilot arrested in New Orleans at the airport stalking teenagers. I imagine he got caught luring teenagers. Hey, you want to check out the plane? We've got the awesome snacks, too. How about some pretzels? Something tells me this guy should not be behind the wheel of a megabus.
No.
I'm just thinking out loud. He probably should not be that guy. And smoke. Have you seen the smoke of New York City and northern New Jersey? They've had a couple earthquakes over the past couple days.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
And they say the smoke is very hazy. Could that be from Canada? Because they've had forest fires in Canada. Maybe that could be
what's the difference between smoke out of New York to New Jersey and just normal everyday morning?
New Jersey especially.
Yeah.
And McDonald's launching that McDonald's Land meal nationwide August 12th. It is a meal that comes with a McDonald's Land shake. The shake, the fries, quarter pounder with cheese, or the 10-piece nuggets. You can get all of that for one low price. They're calling no toy. You're not getting a damn toy? It's an adult Happy Meal. What the hell's the matter with you? Blake's looking at me like, I don't think that.
What's the price?
It doesn't give the price.
Oh.
But you can get the
Is
adult.
that really where you want to get your toy as an adult?
Adult
is
Happy
McDonald's?
Meal. Yeah. Man arrested
You
accused.
really want
Well, I'm just throwing it out there. Yeah. Man arrested after he's accused of setting his father's house on fire and stealing an emergency vehicle in Rio Arriba County. So the body cam video showed it all. And dude he burned his dad's house down. He burned his dad's house down. What is the matter with this?
That's crazy.
It was a chaotic night, they say.
Talking about his inheritance going up in flames.
I'm telling you. So, Faustine Martinez Jr. stole the truck, set his dad's house on fire. Busy. And it looks like he was taken to the hospital and had some burns. But, he also assaulted the police officer. He got a handful of stuff. He's, probably going away. And they maybe give him a checkup from the neck up. ESPN announcing a deal to acquire the NFL Network and other media assets and a equity stake. So Disney's ESPN and the NFL have reached a deal where they'll take over the NFL Network, including Red Zone.
Okay.
So get ready for the price to go up. Terry Mellencamp. Now, her dad is John Cougar Mellencamp.
Yes.
And by the way, who does not like being called a cougar anymore.
Well, he hadn't liked that for a long
No,
time.
I know he hasn't, but
he wasn't the one that came up with the
but he
cougar.
doesn't like it. But Teddy Mellencamp opened up about her affair with a horse trainer, and she said during a recent podcast that her illness, her cancer, was payback for her affair. So do you
believe
think
what you want to believe?
You think that God plays like that? No, I don't think he plays like that. But her cancer is spread. Monica, you think God plays like that?
God does not give sickness or disease.
Yeah, I didn't think so. Mandawi, style activist, is now a very liberal incumbent, socialist, progressive, running for mayor in Seattle. It's in the runoff already. So this guy, man. So we got all these communists running in the United States. Longtime progressive activist Katie Wilson has faced off with the incumbent Bruce Harrell, who has been the mayor in Seattle. I'm sure he's very liberal too. But, I mean, there's a difference between being liberal
100%.
and being progressive.
Right.
That's a huge.
Progressive is a code name for communist.
Yeah, it's 100% exactly what it is. Craziness.
But, again, it's only been 50, 60 years that the communists told us that they would beat us.
Yeah, well,
without firing a shot.
From the inside.
Yeah. And it's coming to fruition.
Yep. One person dead after a police shooting northeast Albuquerque. Police said one man dead following that police shooting, and Albuquerque police said Martin Hernandez fired at the officers, and they returned fire. That happened about 3 p.m. yesterday. And the federal tax credit is expiring. If you bought an EV with the hopes of obtaining that tax credit forever, it's gone. It's gone. But New Mexico wants you to know that they're going to give you a tax credit. They're going to make up the difference.
But you won't be able to charge it anywhere.
They're going to make up the difference, though. Isn't that nice of them for, what is it, less than 0.5% of all New Mexicans that own electric vehicles? I think they're picking and choosing who they give benefits to and who they don't give benefits to.
Yeah.
I think it's exactly what it is. And Conor McGregor was still running for president of Ireland. And by the way, has no support. Conor McGregor moving forward for his presidential bid in his homeland of Ireland, despite having very little support from voters. Look, they like him as a boxer, but we've seen his personal life being a complete mess, where he is like groping women that aren't his wife. And, he just, look, I think Conor has some problems with substances.
Yeah, to say
And
the least.
when you see Conor McGregor out at bars or out at clubs, or remember, he was seen, and they got the video of this where he's groping this chick, at a basketball game, like they went to the suite and he's, feeling up on her. And I can only imagine the way his wife feels. I can only imagine the way his wife feels. Sad. And a ICE Camp East Montana at East at Fort Bliss will hold about 1,000 migrants. And this is why they're calling the special session in New Mexico, is they don't want any detention centers coming to New Mexico. Can they pick and choose what businesses come to New Mexico? Because it is a business. People are making money off this. And, I got a better idea. Fine. We just fast-track people's deportation, and we don't hold them. Why should we keep them a month, 2 months? Why should we feed them, house them, medical care, the whole works? Fast deportation will solve that. You can't have it both ways.
Amen.
You can't have it so, if you don't like the plan, well, you probably won't like the other plan. And the other plan is fast-track deportations.
Yep.
Morning show this morning being brought to you by our buddies at La Tienda. You can find them in Carlsbad. Find the whole fryers for $1.19 a pound. Sirloin steak, $7.99 a pound. Raw shrimp, $5.99 a pound. And the whole pork loin, just $1.99 a pound. Red ripe strawberries from the produce department, $1.99 for a pound. Blackberries, raspberries, and blueberries, 2 packs, 6 ounces, 12 ounces for $5. And the seedless green grapes are $1.99 a pound. Russet potatoes are just a 10-pound bag for a $2.99. All your everything you need to make sandwiches, you can find that. And they've got it all, like chicken breast for $8.49 a pound, Virginia ham for $5.49 a pound, Black Forest ham for $5.99 a pound, and coldest beer in town. You can find it today. And they also have Coke, Dr. Pepper, and Sprite. $9.99 for the 12-pack. Get it all today along with the taco bar and made from scratch tortillas, made multiple times a day. Find it all at La Tienda Thriftway in Carlsbad. Check them out today. Monica in the text, and we're going to come back. The mRNA research has been cut off by Robert F. Kennedy Jr. It's going to save us a bunch of money. And Zelensky talks about what they're finding in Ukraine with Russian fighters. And a 16-year-old kid from Texas sets a world record. I'll tell you what that's all about. 7:42, Monica.
John from Eunice says, guys, I don't believe this amnesty deal is going to be a wise decision. I think we're going to amnesty ourselves right out of a sovereign nation one day. Hellfire. They're already waving every flag but the American flag, said John from Eunice. New York needs to get used to their city looking like it's on fire, because if they vote in a radical Islamist communist for a mayor, it will become the world's largest dumpster fire.
Amen.
Sometimes I don't remember going to bed, and sometimes I lay there and roll and fidget all night, and always go to sleep better if a little action is involved beforehand.
I can second that emotion.
There are studies that say so.
Mm-hmm.
Like actual scientific studies.
Yeah, everyone knows that. I mean, it's like a workout right before.
If you're doing it right.
And by the way, it is your biblical duty.
Why do it if you're not going to damn do it?
It is your biblical duty.
Yes, you're right. Cartel must have threatened the Republican from Florida. Once Gabe got into office, they have leverage now. Mario from B said, Lobby Highway going to Hobbs is a 70-mile-per-hour zone, even though it's posted 65. Everyone does 70. Lobby Highway or Lovington Highway?
Look, if you're driving, if it's posted at 65, everybody knows you got to drive 72.
There's a place just west of Raton called Cold Beer, New Mexico. Are you serious? Serious.
Just west?
Where are you going? Cold Beer?
Just west?
No, I'm not asking what you're going to drink. Where are you going?
Look
Cold
it up,
Beer?
Blake. Cold Beer, New Mexico. That's neat. I'm not saying
that's
that's
different.
wise, but
yeah, that's different.
It is different. And that's it for the text.
All right, RFK Jr. is saying they're going to cut about $500 million in mRNA research. Yeah, they have decided they are going to cut. And, as far as the vaccines, why are we paying this money? And then Pfizer, Moderna, and the other clown companies are making record profits. This is what I'm talking about. We invest our money into universities, and they do research on medications. They develop medications, and then private companies make the money. You would think that either the colleges should get to keep that money, or part of it should come back to the taxpayers because we're the ones that funded the research. Same thing with Sesame Street. It's just common sense. If this is a public broadcast that is government funded, Sesame Street should be the property of the U.S. government. Are the Teletubbies or any other Tickle Me Elmo, which, I think he's a pervert, but that's my opinion. That's only my opinion. But all this stuff we fund it and then we let somebody else keep the profits. That just makes zero sense to me.
Well, but and the thing is that these entities that create these other shows aren't part of the U.S. government. They're not part of the Corporation of Public Broadcasting. Right. So that's an individual creator, so they get to keep their rights. But why is the government funding that creator versus, say, the creators of Landman?
Right. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. They should get to keep part of the profits. Zelensky, the president of Ukraine, saying they're finding Chinese, Pakistan, Africans, and other mercenaries that are fighting the war for Russia. Look, Russia's running out of individuals. They are. But it's no different. Look, we've had Americans that go and fight in Ukraine. So, I mean, why make a big deal about it? I mean, paid mercenaries are, pretty much every war they're fighting in, where they get paid and that's all they do is fight wars. Congratulations going out to this Texan. He's 16 years of age. Can you imagine being 16 years of age and setting a world record?
Oh, man.
He's from Fort Worth, 16, is being hailed one of the most amazing performances in the 800-meter. So, Monica, cool. I'm testing you here. Yep. How many laps around the track is the 800-meter?
2.
Oh,
ding, ding, ding.
Monica
Dang,
scores.
y'all act like I'm stupid. I'm like real stupid.
No, I'm just testing you.
Okay.
So, Cooper.
Appreciate it.
Luckenhouse Jr. at Northwest High School in Justin, Texas, placed second in the race at the U.S. Field and Champions in Eugene, Oregon on Sunday.
Good for him.
And a come from behind triumph that has the World Track and Field being put on notice because it's pretty impressive that he set the world record. Wait, he came in second and set the world record? Wouldn't the guy that came in first set the world record?
Yes.
You would think.
That would make sense.
Was the other guy disqualified?
He was probably of a different color.
No.
He was probably white.
Anyway, he finished a step behind the champion who... So
I agree with you, Kevin. How did this guy set the record if he was a step behind the guy that was faster?
Maybe he set the record for a 16-year-old? I am totally confused. He didn't win the race, so that would mean that the guy that won the race set the record. But anyway, kid, congratulations. Sorry to pee on your parade.
Cold Beer, New Mexico is not an actual place.
I apologize.
There is a business that advertises themselves as being in Cold Beer, New Mexico. Guess what they sell?
I thought that was at the halfway bar. That's what the sign says.
It's actually the zip code is listed as part of Maxwell, New Mexico, and it's in the middle of Colfax County.
Florida is getting ready for its second immigration detention center, in addition to Alligator Alcatraz. So they're working on number 2. And ICE deports 50 Irish migrants. Okay, go ahead. I'm waiting for you. Go ahead.
Racist.
Go. Racist. I'm waiting.
Racist.
Liberals. I'm waiting. And this proves my point. This proves my point that we talked about, last week, that if you have the largest number of individuals that come into the country illegally, and that is Central and South Americans that are predominantly, brown in skin color and Hispanic, then of course they're going to have the most deported because
percentages.
Thank you. Numbers. Yeah. Numbers, but 50 Irish migrants were they were deported for being in the country illegally.
Which, by the way, in this country, historically, Irish have been treated worse than Hispanics historically. They have been
I agree.
They have been treated just like black people for the majority of the time that slavery was in effect.
Indentured servants. They called them indentured servants. They were really slaves, is what they were. My wife showed me a story yesterday about a Filipino that was arrested and deported because he was spying for the Chinese.
Uh-oh.
So, look, it's not a color thing.
No.
And I'll say this again, that immigration has nothing to do with race, color of skin. It really, really doesn't. It's about you entered the country illegally, and that's it. Now, they're trying to fix this. They have come up with a plan. Donald Trump has come up with a plan, and it's not going to be for all countries, but a lot of, almost half of all illegal immigrants that come into the country are in the country because they overstay a visa.
Yes.
So almost half of immigrants that come into the country, they overstay their visa. That's how they get here. So would it fix that problem if they have to put up a $15,000 bond?
It might.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's the way it is in some countries. You have to put together a bond. You have to meet certain criteria to get into the country. Here's what they had to say yesterday. This was on Fox yesterday, talking about this bond. And this guy is an advisor to President Trump.
So this is essentially a bond program. What they're talking about doing is if somebody comes into the U.S. on a visa, they put down up to $15,000. And then if they leave the country when they're supposed to, according to that visa, they get the money back. What do you think about this idea?
This is a great program for a couple of reasons. First of all, about 40 to 50% of the illegal aliens in this country are people that overstayed their visas. And there are certain countries that have very high visa overstay rates. So this program is to address those particular countries. The other part of it is also a national security and a public safety issue because certain countries don't do a very good job vetting people for visas or doing other things to cooperate with us on national security and border security. So this will encourage their compliance. It will also discourage people from trying to remain in the country, gaming the system like many of them were doing during the Biden administration. Just once they came in on a visa, basically, essentially became de facto citizens because the Biden administration had no interest in deporting.
Now, there are several countries in the world that you don't need a visa to visit. If I'm not mistaken, Europe is one of those. Europe is a place that you can go, and they're thinking about changing that.
Right.
I'll use the Philippines because I know about it. 30-day visa. You get to go and get on a 30-day visa. After your 30-day visa expires, then you go back to immigration, tell them that you want to continue to stay, and then you get a 6-month visa. And, of course, this is all tied to you paying more money.
Right.
And then after that, after 6 months, you can go back and get another 6-month visa. After that, you have to leave the country for 1 day. A lot of people will fly to Vietnam, stay a couple days, and fly back. And you can't have a return ticket. So
it's a one-way thing.
It's a one-way thing. You leave the country, but then you can come back to the country.
Okay.
They have just changed that policy where you can stay up to a year if you pay, you put up a bond. X amount of dollars, or how much money you have in the bank, and you have to prove that you actually have money coming in. You have to share
like
your
income.
bank. You have to share your bank account information. I am blessed that I don't have to do any of that because I am married to a Filipina, and I do what they call the buy-on visa, and I get to stay in the country for a year without. Now, I am going to go and get my permanent resident when I get back. That way I don't have to worry about any of that. Not that I'll probably ever stay over a year, but I don't want to have to worry about any of that. So I'll go just get my permanent resident. FBI assisting Texas authorities and looking for Texas House Democrats that have fled the state. So would you call fighting fleeing?
No. No, that's why. Remember, they say there's two reactions: fight or flight, not fight and flight.
Oh no, they're fighting back.
No, they're not.
They're fighting back.
They are pure cowards, like the majority of progressive Democrats.
Monica, you remember Big Balls?
No.
Yes, this is a sad story.
So Big Balls, the guy that the young man that left his job to become part of Doge.
Okay, yes.
Yeah, and he was part of Doge, and he got beat up.
But he was still trying to do good when this happened.
Yeah. So a group of gang members, age 14 plus, some of them were adults, assaulted this guy in the nation's capital.
But wasn't he trying to defend some lady that they were trying to rob?
Yes. So they left him a bloody mess. I mean, look at the pictures of this kid. I mean, can you see that?
No. Let me see. Is he like sitting up against the
Yeah, he's
top
sitting.
part?
I mean, he's got the crap.
Oh, bless his heart.
So he's a young kid that helped with Doge. He's like a brainiac. He's very, very smart. He has his own companies, and at the age of, I think he's 24. Story does not say, but I think he's like 24 years old and has his own companies, and he's just a very, very intelligent kid. Anyway, they beat him to a pulp, and because of that, well, not just because of that, President Trump's saying it's time to federalize D.C. because it's out of control.
Yep.
I say if you do that, there are lots of places in America that are out of control.
Yes.
Los Angeles.
Lots of them.
Yes.
All right, looks like Mary.
Well, but I get that, but he does, because of the way Washington, D.C. is set up, it's not part of another state. It's supposed to be independent and not its own state.
Yeah.
It actually probably should be under federal control.
Yeah, and they want statehood because they get more Democrat. I mean, it's 99.9% Democrat.
Yeah, but the whole reason it was set up the way it is so that it would never be a state.
I get that.
So because of a lot of issues that come with, why is that state favored over other states and da-da-da.
Right.
Yeah. ICE officials say that in the sanctuary state of Washington State, the ICE office was set ablaze over the weekend. And Mary Soquentes, guilty of the death of a 3-year-old in Lubbock, Texas. By the way, she was the foster parent. Just before 5 p.m. Tuesday, jury found her guilty after only an hour of deliberation. When they come back with a quick verdict, somebody's going to jail for the rest of their lives.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, the punishment and sentencing coming up at today at 9 a.m. And may she spend a long time in jail. I don't get this next story. DOJ, Department of Justice, filed the paperwork yesterday. El Mayo, the guy who was took over the Sinaloa cartel.
Correct. Are they afraid of the cartel?
I don't understand that the notorious co-founder of the Sinaloa cartel met with U.S. authorities when he landed in a private plane in New Mexico, by the way. They say near El Paso, but it was in New Mexico.
Well, that's near El Paso.
El Mayo and one of the sons of Joaquin El Chapo Guzman were arrested. El Mayo was charged with numerous crimes in connection with a long history of being a member of the cartel, but they will not seek the death penalty against him.
Oh, wow.
So he's going to be locked away in a facility that's much like El Chapo, in a building, high-rise building where he can't dig out because he has a history of digging out. Yeah. All right, morning show this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. If you're on 128 this morning, they just want to say, hey, be safe out there. But if you need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road, go down 2.75 miles, you'll see them. You'll see them from a distance because they are a large facility, covered area. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF value, and they accept all your credit cards, debit cards, and fleet cards. So next time you're running down the road on 128 and you need fuel, exit Buck Jackson Road, head to the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Be safe on the road. Monica in the text.
Okay, the Jow Patriots said the 16-year-old set the record for under 18 runners.
Under 18. Okay, that makes more sense.
And on the race, it could have been a relay, and first place started sooner, and he almost caught up to him.
No, it was a race. I did, but in the story, it didn't say the 18 and under category.
Right.
Hippie from the Patch said there is a place called Cold Beer. Great place to go. New York just pisses me off. How would they even consider electing Muslim communists in office? Does nobody remember 9/11?
Thank you.
Yeah, well, don't we remember Nazi Germany? We don't remember fighting the fighting.
Look, remember the mainstream news media is responsible for taking down all the footage of the towers.
This
being
is
crashed
what
into.
happens when we stop teaching kids about American history.
Amen.
This is what happens.
Amen.
And it's not the fear of the cartel. It's in cahoots with the cartels.
Yeah.
And last one, it's a question. I guess it's for the both of you. I don't know. What do you think about windmills? We fund and someone else gets the benefit.
Well, same thing. And Trump is taking down a lot of the windmills. Well, I don't say taking down, but cutting funding. Yeah, look, the wind energy and solar projects in this state are not profitable. They don't, when you take out all the government funding, it's not profitable.
Well, I always find it comical that environmentalists back these things.
Yeah.
Because they are environment destroying.
Oh, the birds that die.
Well, like anywhere.
And not only the birds, your brain activity is affected if you live next to them.
And a lot of other wildlife and plants, all the native flora and fauna in those solar farm areas dies.
Yeah, it's not a good deal. Not a good. 802, Monica.
All right, that was it for the text line.
All right, we got to do taking out trash. We'll come back with things that happen on this date in history. I also have a great story about a dog that broke a Guinness World Book of Records. I didn't even know they had dog categories, but the dog broke the record. We'll get to that. And when we come back, we'll hear from the guy that was the wingman for Barack Obama, Eric Holder.
Okay.
He touches about this whole democracy that is at battle in Texas. We'll get to that. All right, taking out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. Kayleen's number, 575-408-1719. If you need the big roll-off containers, they've got you covered. Need the residential, trash, the polycarts, 96-gallon polycarts. They've got those. They'll drop them off to you. And the 2- and 4-yard metal dumpsters. We've got one right here sitting in the parking lot. Do business with good people. Locally owned and operated. Veterans, trash-eaters.com. Proud sponsor this morning of course, taking out the trash. Well, it looks like a repeat drunk driver from
Florida.
No, New Mexico. We lead the world in drunk drivers. Bernalillo County, the world capital of drunk drivers. Repeat drunk driver can avoid time behind bars if they successfully participate in the DUI court program.
Okay.
It's a deal that Jennifer Whitty received after her 8th DWI.
Oh my
How many?
gosh.
8.
8.
By the way, she spent many years in the program and didn't work before. Why is it going to work now?
It's not.
KRQE investigating Whitey's multiple drunk driving arrests and dug into the details of her plea deal because when it came to her punishment, it appears that she got a break.
Yeah.
While she admitted to 5 DWIs, Whitey has also pled to 4 additional DWIs. That would look. I'm just a coon ass from Louisiana, but if you add, if you add 4 plus 5, that ain't 8.
No, that's 9.
By law, the 4th DUI conviction results in a mandatory of 6 months in jail. But the prosecutor and the judge agreed that Whitey graduate from the DWI program and that she get a GPS monitor instead. They put her on house arrest. They put her on vacation.
I'm, knowing that Bernalillo County is the king of DWIs doesn't surprise me, but I'm kind of surprised that this story didn't come out of the 5th Judicial District.
It's good. I want to thank you because without the video, me seeing it, that's what changed my whole perspective on myself, Whitey said in June of 2025. By the way, the story, including the lapel video, Whitey getting her 8th DUI. I say 9th because 5 plus 4 does not equal 8.
No.
But she said it helped me.
That's New Mexico, man.
By the way, without any type of rehab, this woman will continue to do. And you know what? Maybe it's time to throw her butt in jail.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, she got her first DUI at the age of 17.
Golly. And how old is she now?
46. She says she has 5 kids. One of them is deceased. And, she said that, the 8 DUI, 7 DUI, this DWI program is a game changer. For who? Because it ain't changing her. It ain't changing her. And you know what? All the smoke and mirrors about New Mexico getting tough. Your insurance is going up. My insurance is going up. Your insurance is going up. We lead the country in stolen cars and DUIs.
Yep.
How about we get tough on both of those? And by the way, I'm putting her in the trash, but I'm also putting legislators and the governor in the trash for your damn smoke and mirror.
Yep.
Right in the trash.
Might be.
All right, we're going to get to the dog story coming up. It's 8:07 KWMW, Maljamora 105.1 FM. Also, KDAZ AM 700 FM 96.9 in Albuquerque. KWES 93.5 Rio Doso. All right, things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by our buddies at 2A Tactical Firearms Indoor Firing Range. Stop by and see the Pennick family today. 236 East Navajo in Hobbs. Veteran-owned and operated. Large selection of firearms. State-of-the-art indoor firing range. Look, pay by the month. It's like a monthly gym membership. You pay by the month. And you can go in there as you please. They're open 7 days a week. Or you can pay by the hour. Look, they have a large selection of guns, ammo, tactical gear, suppressors. They've got everything that you're looking for. Optics. Find them online at 2atacticalrange.com. 7 days a week. They're available at 236 East Navajo in Hobbs. Proud sponsor this morning of things that happen on this date in history.
In 11 1881, a supernova was observed by Chinese and Japanese astronomers. In 1890, the electric chair was used for the first time at a prison in New York. They've probably gone solar now. That same day in 1890, Cy Young won his first professional baseball game and went on to win 510 more. You know, if only they had named an award after him.
Yeah, maybe.
On this day in 1926, Warner Brothers premiered its new Vitaphone sound on disc movie system. Unfortunately, it was a movie about a librarian with laryngitis, so not that impressive.
I thought you were going to say the Viagra phone.
Yeah, Vitaphone. In 1960, Chubby Checker introduced The Twist to America on the Dick Clark Saturday Night Show.
Come on, baby.
And
I'm
for the
surprised-
next-
do you have that cut?
No.
For the
man.
next 3 minutes after he was done,
Let's do that.
he kept on moving.
I like that.
Chubby. It was on this date in 1965.
By the way, he is now on a lot of different medications, and
So he's still alive? Wow.
he's got the diabetes type 2.
Yeah, he's not in good shape. In 1985, Major League Baseball players went on strike. Well, the players thought it was a strike. The umpire called it a ball. And in 1998, Monica Lewinsky spent 8.5 hours testifying, which is 8 hours and 29 minutes longer.
Stop.
I
She
did
testified-
not have sex with that woman.
She testified before a grand jury about her
Stop.
2-minute relationship with Bill Clinton.
Can I tell y'all just a real quick story? I'll make it 30
Is it
seconds
about a
long.
blue dress?
Nope. It's
Oh.
about the name Monica. So when I was growing up,
No.
I hated my name because nobody had my name, right? I wanted a
there's-
common name, right? I was young, though. Nobody else in my school was named Monica. Nobody. Then Monica Lewinsky came into the world. And
They
I was
could have
like,
called you Ophelia.
Oh, there's
or-
a lot of Monicas.
I didn't know any at the time.
Oh,
I
know a
wanted
lot.
my name to be Amanda.
Well, call yourself Amanda.
I was young and dumb and just a little girl.
Call yourself what you want. In 2012, NASA
Monica.
landed the Curiosity rover on Mars. 2012. That thing was up there. Today is National Social Engineering Day. Think about that.
Okay.
National Fresh Breath Day, National Root Beer Float Day, and National Wiggle Your Toes Day.
Oh, I can wiggle my toes.
Yeah, that's another thing we probably don't need to talk about on the air.
Did
you see 'em?
23 days until Labor Day weekend. So, parties coming up. School shouldn't even start for another 23
No.
days. Charlotte McKinney turns 32 today. Now, if you're going, who is that? She went from the Carl's Jr. Super Bowl commercial to Dancing with the Stars to Baywatch. And now you're probably going, oh, yeah, her. Leslie Odom Jr. turns 44 today. He stars in Hamilton, and actually he can really rap, and he does a pretty good version of Happy Birthday. He's been on Broadway, TV, and has recorded 3 jazz albums. He's also an oil painter. So a lot of stuff going on there.
Let me say it again. Who?
Yeah. Soleil Moon Frye,
What?
Punky Brewster,
Okay.
turns 49 today. Yes, Punky Brewster is almost 50.
Wow.
Jerry Estelle Hallowell, better known as Monica,
Someone from the Golden Girls.
Ginger Spice of the
No.
Spice Girls, turns 53 today.
I don't know which one she is.
Ginger Spice.
She's got the orange hair.
The ginger
Her
hair.
blonde hair.
The
Orange
ginger
blonde
hair.
Red, orange, blonde hair.
Ginger.
Red,
Actress-
orange, blonde.
It's called ginger.
Or red, orange, blonde.
Have you ever eaten ginger? It's kind of bitter.
Yes, it's kind of bitter.
Yeah.
Actress and country singer Lisa Stewart turns 57 today.
I had to say who, but she actually sounds real country.
Yes.
Somebody's in love. Somebody's in love.
That's why she didn't make it. She's real country.
Who is she?
Lisa Stewart.
You just heard her.
Yeah, but who is she?
Lisa Stewart.
Never heard of her.
M. Night Shyamalan turns 55 today. Of course, did The Sixth Sense, Signs, Lady in the Water, The Happening, Glass, and Trap, which actually features his daughter as a pop singer while the cops are trying to catch a killer at her concert.
Never heard of that movie. Heard of the other ones.
Yeah, there you go. You probably have heard of this person, not, but maybe the group. Randy DeBarge is 67 today.
He's got the rhythm.
He's the rhythm.
He's the least famous. He's the least famous of the DeBarge family.
But he did have this song and two others that went into the top 10. More so than Lisa Stewart.
That's when they used to wear eyeliner.
He was, at least he was in the group with his family.
Wasn't he married to Janet Jackson at one time?
Randy?
L
was.
L.
But we're talking Randy.
Oh.
The other guy. The one that
Maybe.
was in the background. Now, Dorian Harewood turns 75 today. And in case you're wondering, he was in the movie Full Metal Jacket, where he played Private 8-Ball. And there's a pretty good quote from him, and we're not going to play it on the radio. Peter Bonners, Jerry the Dentist in the old Bob Newhart show, turns 87 today. Yeah. Some people no longer with us. Lucille Ball left us in 1989. Of course, without Lucille, we would have never have gotten Star Trek.
Why?
Because she's the one that greenlighted the project when CBS said no.
Oh, interesting.
She said, I don't understand it, but it's going to be famous.
I read that about her one time.
And who else would have been 35 today? John Benet Ramsey. Today was her birthday.
Oh.
By the way, El DeBarge and Janet Jackson only married for 1 year. That's it. 1 year. They weren't married very long.
We know people that have shorter than that.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't last long. Yeah,
Maybe.
did not last long. We'll check the weather coming up next. We'll take our break. National Anthem and the Pledge still to come. It's 8:16. We're running late. Being brought to you by Pops Power Washing. If you have a company coming out and doing your power washing, but they're always late. They're like a day late, dollar short. And you're trying to get things done. You've got a spill to clean up. They're always late. Eric at Pops Power Washing is never late. 11 years and never late. If he makes an appointment, he keeps the appointment. He's there on time. That's just the way they do business at Pops Power Washing. Give him a call, 575-704-0330. 11 years, and Eric has never been late. 101 for the high for southeast New Mexico. It is going to be hot. Ruidoso up to about 89 today in sunny skies. Maybe some rain tomorrow afternoon. And in Albuquerque this morning, hot temperatures, heat advisory in effect, 103 and sunny today. They say maybe some hazy skies this morning, but definitely sunny by this afternoon. 8:17. We'll talk about the dog that broke the Guinness World Book of Records. I didn't even know they had the category. I will get to that up next. National Anthem and the Pledge being brought to you by Rebecca Long. Rebecca started her business at 19, still going strong today, 40-plus years later. See her in Hobbs, or she can just talk to her on the phone, 575-393-2661. She serves the entire state. If you're looking for insurance, do yourself a favor. Do business with somebody that gives a darn. They care. They care about their clients. And, you know, when bad things happen, do you really want to call a 1-800 number?
No.
Nope.
No, you need somebody that you trust. That's Rebecca Long. Call her, 575-393-2661. She's your Farmers Insurance agent. Proud sponsor this morning of our National Anthem and our Pledge.
We are the Perry family from Hobbs.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land and of the free and the home of the brave.
8:20, God bless America, God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in complete control.
Is John 3:17, for God did not send his Son into the world to condemn the world, but that the world through him might be saved.
Hello, I'm here with my wife Dixie, and I'm Blaze Campanella with Judah Oil. We pray that as you go through your day, that you will see all the blessings you've been given. God said that he will prosper you and not harm you. See, in a world that is lost, God is there. Yes, in the most empty place, your most fearful circumstance, God is there. He will never leave you. Never forget, Jesus loves you. He really, really does. Please take a moment and pray the Lord's Prayer with us. God bless you. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever. Amen.
Boob of the day on the way, good news of the day, and so much more. You can always contact us, 877-396-W105. News this morning being brought to you by Luke Ragsdale, Ragsdale Law Firm, reminding you when accidents happen. Usually comes when you least expect them. When it does happen, you need a trusted law firm. That is the Ragsdale Law Firm. Fighting for you. The Ragsdale Law Firm, specializing in car accidents, personal injury, also medical malpractice, and oil field accidents. Based in Roswell and serving the entire state with free consultation. And don't forget, you never pay until you win your case. Call Luke Ragsdale, 575-208-5300, ragsdalelawfirm.com for more info. We're coming right back. It's 8:22. We're Beyond the Breakfast Club.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. President Trump's special envoy Steve Witkoff visiting Moscow today, meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin, hoping to strike a deal to end his war in Ukraine.
Russian officials claim that they're skeptical that new U.S. sanctions will have an impact. President Trump has floated two kinds of consequences: new sanctions on Russian imports to the U.S. and secondary tariffs, meaning tariffs on countries importing Russian energy.
Fox's Alex Hogan in London. First, it was Alligator Alcatraz in South Florida. Now the next migrant detention center will be set up in Indiana, dubbed the Speedway Slammer.
That's what this facility is in Indiana, and we're so grateful for the partnership that we're building with governors. We've got several of these facilities that'll come online soon, and it really is meeting a need that our country has to clean up our streets.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem earlier on Fox and Friends, and McDonald's sales rising in the second quarter. America's listening to Fox News.
Imagine a world where teams wore plain, uninspired uniforms. Functional? Sure. Eye-catching? Hardly. But as times evolved, so did the demand for standout styles. Entered the era of awesome graphics. Located at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs, New Mexico, they revolutionized team and work attire. Their secret? High-quality FR uniforms from renowned brands like Ariat, Lapco, Byrne, and Bulwark, paired with cutting-edge technology for vibrant, multicolored logos. Awesome Graphics bridges the gap, offering both sports and industrial uniforms that don't just fit well, they inspire. From Nike office shirts to Adidas and Oakley designs, they ensure every team and staff look as professional as they perform. They're not just about appearances at Awesome Graphics, they're about empowering teams. So if you're in Southeast New Mexico and need uniforms that speak volumes, the choice is clear. Visit myawesomegraphics.com and discover how they can elevate your team's image. Awesome Graphics, where style meets performance.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
It's Fair and Rodeo time, Lee County. Shop the Working Guys store in our ever-expanding fashion western wear department. Cinch and Wrangler non-FR shirts. Buy two, get one free. Select styles of Cinch non-FR jeans. Mix and match any two pair for just $120. Don't go to the Fair and Rodeo before you shop the great deals at the Working Guys store. Western and workwear. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Hurry! Sale ends August 9th. The Family of Excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking encourage you to attend and support the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo. This year's theme is Celebrate the Bounty of Lee County. See friends and neighbors, enjoy all the delicious food and drink, ride the rides at the carnival, attend the PRCA rodeo and the concerts, and support the kids at the Junior Livestock Sale. Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking supports the Lee County Fair.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos back at it again at Permian Ford Lincoln, your new home of the Big Blue Gorilla. You'll see why whenever you come by. Check it out. Anyway, glad to be back powering B in the Breakfast Club. Also excited to be back here at Permian Ford making all the deals for all of Southeast New Mexico and West Texas that are so outrageous you'll think twice about buying or selling your car anywhere else. Text me today, 575-441-7855. We have a radio discount code, Breakfast Club. That's 575-441-7855. Radio discount code, Breakfast Club. PermianFord.com.
Del Perm Oilfield Specialties, your one-stop shop for all your oil field specialty needs. Specializing in distribution of top-of-the-line supplies and services to businesses all over the Delaware and Permian Basin. One of the leading oil field suppliers and service providers in the industry, committed to integrity, quality, and service. Now has great opportunities for talented leaders with integrity and a team-spirited attitude, with opportunities in sales, delivery, and even senior management, and many other positions. If you have these qualifications and you want to be part of a team, contact DalePermSupply.com/careers. Dale Perm Oilfield Specialties, 1005 North Grimes and Hobbs, the next step in your oilfield career.
Celebrate the bounty of Lee County at the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington. And get ready for the biggest entertainment lineup in New Mexico. August the 6th, Faith and Family Night with We the Kingdom. August the 7th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Randy Houser. August the 8th, it's American Heroes Night featuring Midland.
Say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it up.
And August the 9th, for Volunteer Appreciation Night, country superstar Miranda Lambert.
I'm giving up on love, 'cause love's giving up on me. Yeah. Slap my face and shook me like a rag doll. Don't that sound like a real man? I'm gonna show 'em what a little girl's made of. Gunpowder, lead.
The 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington, New Mexico. For more information and tickets, log on to LeeCountyFair.net.
This show is powered by Permian Ford. Stop by and see Daniel Bellis today.
Hey now, you're an all-star. Get your game on.
Bee and the Breakfast Club, the radio version of Hooked on Phonics.
It's so stupid and awesome.
Text now 877-396-W105 to talk to Bee and the Breakfast Club.
That man is showing too much of his body. He's nearly naked out here at the beach. His tiny swimsuit's repulsively shocking, 'cause it's showing off his twig and berries. 2, 3, 4, tell him to put on some shorts. He wore an I can see his big torpedo in a small revealing Speedo. He's got the family jewels on display, and I don't really want to see grown men in a tight-fitting Speedo. I wish that he would hide his junk away.
My son-in-law, Andrew, was telling me they went to the water park in El Paso, and there was a guy with, just like that, showing off his, but he was very skinny. So the twigs and berries were actually on the slide as he came down the slide.
To each their own, I guess.
I told him, why didn't you tell him to pick those things up?
Yeah.
Not that anybody's going to get hurt or anything, but pick them up. There are kids around. You're at a damn water park.
Yeah, that's a little bit different.
I mean, kids, water park.
Wear some shorts.
Yeah, put some shorts on. By the way, I don't care if you wear a Speedo.
No.
And, I don't care, but,
most of the time people who are wearing Speedos don't have anything to show off anyway.
It's so.
I beg to differ.
Monica, you seen guys with Speedos?
Oh, holy moly. I have. And some.
Well, why are you cruising those porn sites?
I'm not cruising porn sites. I actually think that porn
pseudo.
is disgusting.
Okay,
I think if you're going to watch porn, just go to find somebody and do it with them. Like if that's how bad you need it.
I agree.
If that's what you're.
But I'm just
you're
saying,
staring at Speedo guy?
No, so like,
She's checking out packages.
back in the day, whenever I used to check out packages, I would just say, oh, wow, I know why he wears a Speedo. It's the same reason why a woman would wear a bikini. They wanted to show off their body. Dudes can show off their packages.
Well, and a lot of
Nothing
guys,
wrong with it.
that wear Speedos, I have found, like, going to all these different beaches.
Yeah.
And
They don't.
It's mostly gay guys
Yeah, right.
that are wearing.
You're right.
But the percentages of the guys like she's talking about that wear Speedos is a very low percentage of the guys who wear Speedos who think they have something to show off.
Looks like a teen in the UK who is heading home from vacation with his family, got on the wrong plane, ended up in Italy. And he only realized when his phone ran out of battery, forcing him to actually look up for the next hour and go, I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Bah.
Yeah, this is Home Alone 2, except a different version of that. What? Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I mean, he's looking at his phone the whole time, just doing what he does. How many times in the airport you see people, but how he gets on the plane is something totally different. TripAdvisor has named Dollywood the #1 amusement park in the United States.
Fair.
Ahead of Disney and the Magic Kingdom and Disneyland and Universal Studios. So Disney came in behind Dollywood. And I want you to think about this. Dollywood they built Dollywood, with not a lot of, Dolly did a hell of a job putting that together.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
She really, really did. I had it cut. Now I can't find it. But Dolly, she didn't spend a lot of money on it.
Well, and she's been building it. Or, it's been a work in progress over time.
Right.
But congratulations going out to Dolly. Like I said, not a whole bunch of assets, and she was able to put that together.
Oh, she's always had a bunch of assets.
Well, but, it's a little It's a little different.
It's a little different.
So Dollywood, here we go.
No, I'm talking about because she's a singer and she makes a lot of money.
Yeah.
Dollywood. I love the ride at Dollywood. It's you go up one big mountain and then you go down and then go up there. It's awesome. Dollywood is awesome.
More folks are lining up for cinnamon bread than overpriced mouse-shaped pretzels. And Dolly Parton, she don't need a castle. She built an empire with a banjo and a bra. Meanwhile, at Disneyland, Mickey's having a midlife crisis, and Elsa, well, she finally let it go after checking ticket prices. So skip the 3-hour line to wave at a cartoon. At Dollywood, they got real thrills and real food.
We even hear Cinderella's planning a vacation to Tennessee. Glass slipper optional.
Dollywood. Fewer mice, better biscuits.
See? Dollywood's so much better. And Dollywood, so if you're planning a vacation, me and the wife were planning next month to go to South Carolina and then go to Gatlinburg and then go up the road to Dollywood. But then when I saw the price of tickets to the game, $1,900 a pop, one ticket, I just said, we'll catch a game later. Yeah. So no Dollywood for you. But we were thinking about actually going to Dollywood.
Yeah, but y'all could go to Dollywood for a week on those ticket prices.
Looks like Christina Applegate has been hospitalized with a kidney infection, and it spread to both kidneys, causing her to be hospitalized.
Hasn't she been in a wheelchair for a little while?
She was in so much pain that she was screaming, she said. So, and Martha Stewart, she's 84 years old, coming out with a skin care brand. And Dr. Bornstein, who is that's President Trump's former personal doctor, physician, passed away. He was only 73 years old. And the left were making a big deal about this. Well, Trump can't even keep his own physician alive. Since when is his job to keep the guy alive? I mean, what's the matter with you people? All right, dog breaks the record for removing 11 cups from a plastic bottle. 11 caps from a plastic bottle. Guinness World Book of Records. 11 caps from a plastic bottle. Jerry earned, that's the name of the dog, Jerry, earned the Guinness World Book of Record title by showcasing his impressive talent on his 4th birthday. Texas-based canine belonging to Saya Isranan managed to remove 11, and by the way, the dog can't pronounce her name either, removed 11 caps from the plastic bottle in just 1 minute. By the way, securing the record for the most plastic bottle caps removed by a dog in 1 minute. By the way, they were very, very happy with the...
Are these just like the pressure milk carton caps, or is it like a screw-on cap?
I think it's a screw-on cap.
No way.
There's a video. You can go check it out.
All right.
You can go check it out here.
All right.
I mean, you can go check it out. I did not check it out. A woman accused in the 2023 Albuquerque murder arrested in Missouri. So the woman arrested, this came from the murder of a man in 2023. Marissa Chavez was arrested in Kansas City International Airport and arrested on that warrant. By the way, if you travel and have to go through TSA or immigration, when they scan your ID and you have a warrant, chances are you're going to be arrested. Howard Stern, I have said it for the past 10 years. He's not funny anymore. He is not. He is not funny anymore.
He's still in the air.
And he got canceled. He got canceled on Sirius XM. That's a $100 million contract. $100 million contract, and he got canceled. That doesn't mean he's going away. He's 71 years old and making the mega bucks, but I mean, he will probably go back to New York City and just be on the radio in New York. And Sirius XM is the one. Look, when you're not making money, I mean, it's simple economics. When you're not making money for the company, chances are they're going to fire you.
Well, and especially at that kind of a price tag.
You know, they're going to fire you. Now, if you're like the guy that's sneaking under the radar, yeah, you might survive for a little while longer. Maybe. Alabama lawmakers want a death penalty for the underground bunkers in the child rape case. 2 lawmakers from Alabama want the death penalty in child rape cases after authorities arrested several people for allegedly abusing kids in an underground bunker in Alabama. This case out of Bibb County, Alabama, they saw 7 people taken into custody for sexual torturing of kids. So they want the death penalty for anybody that abuses a kid. Can I get an amen?
Amen.
Amen. Anybody abuses kids, death penalty. I'll go down. I'm down with that. ICE lodging a detainer against the illegal alien accused of raping a child in Sanctuary State, Massachusetts. This guy has several sex crimes that, and you know what? They're like, oh, Sanctuary State, we're not going to work with you guys. 29-year-old illegal alien, his name is Manuel Sarzinsko from El Salvador, had the arrest warrant and an ICE detainer, but they let him go. He's accused of raping multiple children. And the NFL player, I have never heard of this guy, but supposedly he was an NFL player, former Giant player, LaShawn Johnson, has been convicted of 6 counts in connection with dogfighting in Oklahoma and for breeding a dog that he called Nice and Nasty.
Oh, wow.
The dog. I mean, did you hear about Michael Damn Vick?
Yep.
I mean, serious. Did you hear about Michael Vick?
Yeah.
By the way, he earned more than $400,000 dog fighting. By the way, he's convicted of 6 counts, 6 of the 23 counts against him in federal prison for dog fighting.
Wow.
By the way, they seized his computer, his spreadsheets. Cash App is where he was paid. I mean, look, if you're going to commit a crime like that, Cash App is not the place to go.
Right.
You don't think that could be tracked? And Charlie Sheen surprised me.
I looked up your dachshund that did the bottle cap.
Yeah.
What he does, he doesn't unscrew them. He just grabs them and bites them off.
Oh, okay.
How cute.
It's pretty cute.
Yeah. Surprised that Charlie Sheen.
Nothing with Charlie Sheen is
No.
This
is a great story, a good story. Maybe he's trying to make a comeback or something. Charlie Sheen donated money to the Ohio woman that was beat by the mob in Cincinnati.
Good for him.
And praised U.S. Senator Bernie Moreno on a podcast. The Benny Johnson, if you haven't followed Benny Johnson's podcast, that's a good one. And donated money. And so he put the money where the mouth is. Good for Charlie Sheen.
Fair.
Said it was terrible what they did to this poor woman. Look, she was just standing there. You cannot sucker punch. Sucker punching is a cowardly act. Doing it to a woman?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? And a bacterial infection in dozens of cities. I saw on Fox and Friends this morning a little boy that went swimming and got infected.
Well, I think that's what we've had a texter that has asked about that the last couple of days, and I think that's what they're talking about.
Yeah, and so they, like in South Carolina, well, this little boy got the bacteria, the flesh-eating, I think that's what it was.
Right.
Anyway, in his case, it was a amoeba that actually he started having a headache, and doctors couldn't figure it out. They at first thought it was meningitis.
Oh.
And then have you ever had a spinal tap? Either of you have ever had a spinal tap?
Never.
It is.
I've seen it.
One of the most painful things. Back in the 2000s, they thought I had meningitis, and my back is so messed up with scoliosis. They tried like 10 different times. And finally, I said, I feel terrible, but I will get off this table and kick somebody's ass if you stick me. And it is a long, long needle that goes. It's not a needle. It's actually a rod.
Right.
That they stick up your spinal.
Well, it's technically a needle.
Yeah. I mean, it's It's not
it's
a
a
rod.
hollow tube that's
Right. So tube would be a better word than rod. But yeah, it hurt so bad.
Everyone says that.
And it was, I mean, it was bad. And so they first thought he had meningitis, but he died. And then we got the story about the outbreak of bacterial pneumonia that is affecting dozens of people in New York City. But they say it's kind of like Legionnaire's disease. A lot of people were diagnosed with Legionnaire's disease, but it wasn't. It was actually bacterial pneumonia that they got. And so dozens of cities across the United States are on this watch. There's been clusters of cases. And so far, 58 people in Harlem diagnosed with bacterial pneumonia. And Legionnaires, of course, can be found in lakes and streams and freshwater environments. In most of the places, they test the water in the ocean, on beaches,
right.
but
Yeah,
they
they
don't
do.
check lakes and that type of stuff.
Only if they get a number of cases.
Yeah. Eric Holder was the wingman for Barack Obama. Yeah, you always thought that Michael Obama was the wingman. It was Eric Holder. Eric Holder was the wingman. And Eric Holder talking about what's going on in Texas and with the Democrats and Texas Democrats fleeing.
Cowards.
Saving democracy.
Cowards.
This is not a Texas problem. Yeah, the focus of this issue is Texas, but this is a national problem. And you got to understand, if somehow, some way, Republicans are able to hold on to the House in next year, and in spite of the fact that I think they should lose because of the big budget bill that took health care away from millions of people, that gave tax breaks to billionaires who didn't need it. If they were somehow able to hold on to the House in 2026, that is the House of Representatives that would have to certify who won the presidential election come 2028, 2029. Now, if you want to play with fire, and that's what we're doing here, you put in a bunch of partisan hacks who are not supposed to be in the House, who are there because of gerrymandering and a whole range of other things that Republicans are doing.
Illinois,
and then
California.
put at risk the possibility
We got
that
Gabe Vasquez in Congressional District 2, my home district, and you want to talk about partisan hacks?
Gerrymandered.
Out and out gerrymandered.
That they said they were going to do that.
Ingoff said, I am going to gerrymander the district.
Yes.
I am going to make it so no Republican is ever elected in a Republican district.
Yes.
He did it.
Yeah.
He did it. And where were you, Eric Holder? Where were you?
Up north somewhere. And look, no Texan cares what Eric Holder says.
No, they don't give a damn. They don't give one poop about Eric Holder. God bless you, Eric.
So
God bless you.
Holder, her, the only her in the Obama inner circle.
Sad. All right, 846 Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Randall Pettigrew, reminding you that the governor continues to fight. She is going to call that special session any day now, and we need people that go up to Santa Fe and fight.
Amen.
Randy Pettigrew is one of those guys that will fight. He's a conservative. He is a constitutional conservative. That means that he puts the Constitution before everything. New Mexico and the state constitution and the federal constitution, I should say, and fighting for our kids. Look, they will continue to play with our school system. They will continue to play with it to where, we're not getting it. We're throwing a lot of money, but the test scores, graduation rates, they don't significantly see any improvement. And we can argue that takes a long time for us to see. It's been 6 years, going on 7 years we made these changes. Haven't seen even a bump. So Randy is fighting for our kids. He's fighting for, he's fighting for his district in southeast New Mexico. That's what he does. And when it comes to Second Amendment rights, part of the Constitution, Randy is going to fight extremely hard because he understands we could put laws into effect and criminals don't follow laws. So don't take rights away from law-abiding citizens. And criminals, they don't care one way or another.
Right.
Nope.
Go and find out more information. RandoPettigrew.com. Message paid for by Randy Pettigrew. Sign up for that newsletter. Just sign up. Go to the website, RandoPettigrew.com, to find out more information. Monica and text 848.
All right. So we've got a text from Hates Everyone Equally. The only funny thing about Howard Stern was when he played Russ getting pranked. Why am I clueless to that?
He's pranked Russ 4 times.
Well, it wasn't him directly.
Well,
it was somebody on his
somebody
staff.
that works on the show. And
Okay.
they would call, and one of them had
On Tradio.
Yeah, had a Civil War era.
There was a couple of things.
You know, like where you pull a string and it makes a comment.
The doll.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it made a derogatory statement when they pulled the string.
How did they know about Russ and Tradio?
They look at all Tradios, swap shops, and all that type of stuff.
Every radio station
that
does it,
just
they
a
try.
bit they do.
Okay. And so, how neat. And so, how did y'all discover that it was Howard Stern's staff?
The listeners that listen to Howard Stern
They
said,
heard it.
And the other
neat.
thing, Howard Stern wants more publicity
Uh-huh.
by saying, "Hey, we pranked you guys." So, you go on the air and talk about it, and just like we did, Howard Stern just did it for
And see, I think that's kind of one of those things to where he's making money off of that. Why isn't he sharing it with us?
Russ is very upset that Howard Stern's getting his contract canceled. Continue.
Howard Stern was never funny. He's a perverted idiot. Said
He was
somebody.
funny, 20,
Long
30 years
time ago.
ago.
Correct.
He was funny.
He was funny whenever he wasn't allowed to be listened to. in
When
my
he was
opinion.
on real radio, where there was some things he couldn't say.
Right.
They had to work his way
And then
around. That's when it was funny.
once you're able to say those things, it becomes not funny. Monica, he's done bits and had people come into the studio,
Mm-hmm.
and it's men with the smallest penises.
Mm-hmm.
That's
yeah.
that's kind of content.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely
But they would
is
talk their
different.
way around everything.
Yeah.
And these guys would come in the studio naked. and because the whole idea is that Howard Stern says that he is very non-endowed.
Right. And of course, he was in New York, so that an embedded market there
Sure.
for that.
Yeah, you can get a lot.
And
of
actually, if you ever watch his movie, the backstory of that from early on when he was still with his wife and stuff, that's kind of interesting how he was in radio and how he did that.
Yeah,
what he
and
did with
the wife
early,
would come on from time to time saying how small it was.
But it
Really?
was it's kind if you ever, it's called Private Parts. If you ever go see it, it's kind of interesting.
From Joe the Vet. Good morning, guys. The illegal alien that sexually assaulted children in Massachusetts should be the new Biden family nanny. And it was $100 million for 10 years, said a texter. Eric says Big Balls is living up to his name by protecting innocent people from attackers, despite knowing he was going to get hurt. And this texter says over under on how many times B says, by the way. My guess
But by the way, I'll say it again.
Wait, say what?
By the way, my guess is 97 times a show, said this texter.
All right.
My
By
guess,
the way, you
not
might
that
be
many.
right.
By the way, he's in charge of counting.
By the way, you're still listening.
By the way, my guess is probably about 52. Maybe.
By the way, I just messed up the curve.
I'm just going to name this person, by the way.
By the way, at the end of the show, we expect you to text in with an official count every day.
I think maybe we should call him Esteway.
We got one of those.
No, we got one of those already. I could name him over, under, or by the way. What do y'all want?
Yeah, either way. Either way.
By the way, right here. By
No, either way, that's somebody different.
Yeah.
They're on third base.
By the way. Okay, that's great. By the way, right there. One more. Howard Stern was a gross and sad example of a man. He probably smells like rotten potatoes. Well, maybe. And Dollywood started out as a silver dollar city in Gatlinburg,
That's
Tennessee.
true. Oh, yeah, when she bought it. Yeah.
Do y'all not remember the deal of the Trump admin and the Sinaloa cartel that allowed Chapo's family into the U.S.? I'm telling you, the cartel is going to have a say. So now, especially for the state of New Mexico with Gabe Vasquez in office.
Look,
they already do have a say.
Gabe Vasquez was put in by the cartel.
By the way, they're citizens El Chapo loved Mexico so much, he sent his wife to America to have babies.
And B.
So the family, all the kids are, so you can't deny them. They're citizens.
A B. A senior son-in-law last weekend at the water park. It was him in the mini banana hammock. LOL. Good morning. Keep up the good work. I hope you and your wife enjoyed the wreath I gave to you yesterday.
Hey, I appreciate that so much. Thank you.
And Jeffro sent in a picture of his toes. Jeffro, are those really your toes, bro? Because if they are,
Does it look like
She's praying for you.
I am.
Is it like a camel toe or?
No, they're worse. I'd rather have a camel toe than those toes.
Oh my goodness.
Like the one, like the Pobrecito. They look like your hand, but all of
Are
his
you saying
toes.
Portecito has a camel toe?
Pobrecito probably has a camel toe. He probably wants a camel toe.
Jeffro, I'm going to get my girl to come over here. I'm going to see if I can get her into the U.S. She'll take care of that for you.
By the way, is better than sounds like Biden. He doesn't do that.
Who?
They're
me?
saying that B.
By the way?
Yeah, no. There's another texter said, by the way, is better than
please.
I know. That
Please.
sounds like.
Oh, is that liberal dude?
No, this one doesn't have a name.
By the way, you're still listening.
I knew you were going to say that.
All right, we gotta get to the boob of the day. Being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics medical professionals on staff. They offer functional medicine, natural supplements, stem cell therapy. Get in touch with Kelly Pfeiffer today. Talk to him about those. If you're living in pain, he can help. They also offer such things as hormonal optimization, testosterone. Yes. Ladies, if your hormones are raging, get in touch with Kelly and his staff today. And guys, testosterone. I'm just saying, if you're not feeling the way you used to feel, and part of it is that you have no get up and go, libido is not where it's supposed to be or used to be. You know, just because you're old doesn't mean you have to act old.
Amen.
Or be old.
Amen.
3900 North Lovington Highway at Hobbs, 575-964-8025. Check them out today. Proud sponsor this morning of the boob of the day.
This guy may have known his gut was in trouble.
Oh.
Wait, I'd have started that, by the way, this guy.
By the way, in his gut, he knew he was in trouble.
Well, maybe.
32-year-old guy in California named Tyler Jones was allegedly caught shoplifting $1,500 worth of merchandise from 3 Bay Area pharmacies last month, including 21 bottles of probiotics.
Oh.
Oh, you need your probiotics.
By the way, he hit CVS, Walgreens, and a Safeway grocery store.
Aw.
And he wasn't concerned about his own gut health. He planned to resell those probiotics in San Francisco. Tyler was caught after running out of the Safeway and hopping on his e-bike with 3 backpacks and 2 shopping bags.
E-bike?
Oh, wow.
Yep. By the way, he was stopped by police for riding his bike on the road without lights at night. And he was on an e-bike. So there's no excuse for that. But he thought he was stopped because the Safeway employee had reported him. So he blurted out something like, "I didn't steal from that Safeway."
Oh, wow.
So he outed himself. By the way, he also had 2 fentanyl pipes on him.
Oh.
And for all of that, Mr. E-Bike probiotic shoplifter, you are the boob of the day.
Oh, he's looking for some gut health.
Hey,
It's
that's
very
what I was going
important.
to ask. Why would a drug addict be so concerned with gut health?
Why? He's worried about the gut. I mean,
reselling.
Yeah.
Right, but
Yeah, resell. Not cool.
okay.
Not cool. All right, we're going to take a break because we got a lot of things still to talk about. Good news of the day on the way. Social media erupts over the House Democrat, the shocking remarks about "I love Guatemala more than I do America." Well, carry your butt over there. Yeah, get used to living on that dirt floor.
Why are you here?
I mean, mosey your butt over there. I mean, you were in Mexico when you said it at a convention. So I had that story Monday. Fox barely picking it up. So I'll recap the story. It's 8:58.
By the way, if you were in Guatemala and climbed over the wall in Mexico, they would shoot you.
By the way, her husband is not in the country legally either. But she is a U.S. representative from Illinois.
Of course. One of the most gerrymandered states.
I will get to that coming up in a second. 8:58. We're KWMW, Maljamar 105.1 FM, KDAZ AM 700, 96.9 FM in Albuquerque, and KWES 93.5 in the village of Ruidoso. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell, homegrown and proud of it. They've got everything you need if you're living on a farm or a ranch, everything from fencing materials to plumbing materials, hardware store. They've got trailers, tank, tack, and feed for all of your animals, plus looking good Western clothes and work gear. Homegrown and proud of it, RoswellLivestock.com. Give them a buzz, 575-622-9164, 1105 East 2nd in Roswell. Also find them in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. We'll be right back. We're being the Breakfast Club.
MTD Radio News is brought to you this hour by SDR Enterprises in Hobbs, proudly serving homes, ranches, and businesses across southeast New Mexico and West Texas.
SDR Enterprises of Hobbs is your complete dirt work, hydrovac, hot oiler, and trucking service. Whether your needs are environmental, hauling materials, or right-of-way seating, SDR has you covered. Call 575-393-8420 to schedule service today. That's 575-393-8420. SDR Enterprises, proudly serving homes, ranches, and businesses across southeast New Mexico and West Texas. SDR is always looking to hire CDL drivers. Please visit SDREnterprisesLLC.com and contact us today for more information. SDR Enterprises is an equal opportunity employer with strong family values.
MTD Radio News, I'm Blake Ovart. Federal officials maintain the waste isolation pilot plant is continuing to successfully dispose of nuclear waste at the underground repository between Hobbs and Carlsbad. Even amid concerns the facility is aging and becoming unsafe. Mark Bollinger, manager of the Department of Energy's Carlsbad field office, which oversees WIP's operation, said during a public forum held in Hobbs that the site is continuing to increase shipments to about 17 per week, potentially continuing disposal until 2080. But that purported success comes as the New Mexico Environment Department filed an administrative compliance order to the Department of Energy and its primary WIP contractor, Salado Isolation Mining Contractors, citing 5 violations of the state permit related to the infrastructure safety. The Environment Department demanded the federal agency provide a schedule and detailed plan to address its infrastructure within 60 days of the July 25th order. And production of crude oil from onshore federal lands has increased in recent years because of significant growth in drilling activity and operations. The U.S. Energy Information Administration said Monday most of this growth was in New Mexico from crude oil produced from federal lands in the Permian Basin. According to data from the Office of Natural Resources Revenue in the U.S. Department of the Interior, onshore crude oil production from federal lands reached a record high of about 1.7 million barrels per day in 2024. EIA attributed the increase in crude oil production from federal lands in New Mexico to multi-year increases in the number of leases, drilling permit approvals, and wellbore starts. According to the data from Bureau of Land Management for fiscal years 2020 through 2023, activity in New Mexico accounted for a majority of drilling permits and wellbores started on onshore federal lands. Total U.S. crude oil production nearly tripled from 5 million barrels per day in 2008 to 13.2 million barrels per day in 2024, but production from onshore federal lands increased at a faster rate. The 2024 output of 1.7 million barrels per day is 6 times as much as production in 2008. Natural gas production from onshore federal lands also increased in recent years, but at a similar rate to overall U.S. natural gas production. And that's the way it is. I'm Blake Ovard. This is MTD Radio News.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos back at it again at Permian Ford Lincoln, your new home of the Big Blue Gorilla. You'll see why whenever you come by. Check it out. Anyway, glad to be back powering B in the Breakfast Club. Also excited to be back here at Permian Ford making all the deals for all of Southeast New Mexico and West Texas that are so outrageous you'll think twice about buying or selling your car anywhere else. Text me today, 575-441-7855. We have a radio discount code, Breakfast Club. That's 575-441-7855. Radio discount code Breakfast Club. PermianFord.com.
It's Fair and Rodeo time, Lee County. Shop the Working Guys store in our ever-expanding fashion western wear department. Cinch and Wrangler non-FR shirts. Buy 2, get 1 free. Select styles of Cinch non-FR jeans. Mix and match any 2 pair for just $120. Don't go to the Fair and Rodeo before you shop the great deals at the Working Guys store. Western and workwear. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Hurry! Sale ends August 9th. The Family of Excellence at Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking encourage you to attend and support the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo. This year's theme is Celebrate the Bounty of Lee County. See friends and neighbors, enjoy all the delicious food and drink, ride the rides at the carnival, attend the PRCA rodeo and the concerts, and support the kids at the Junior Livestock Sale. Lucky Services, Lucky Rental Tool, Lucky Health and Safety, and TRM Trucking supports the Lee County Fair.
At Coffee Drilling LLC, they offer a wide range of drilling services from small domestic water to agricultural and monitor wells. In addition to mud and rotary drilling, Coffee Drilling offers services to pre-existing wells as well as troubleshooting of pumps and all control systems. Call Coffee Drilling today to schedule your routine maintenance or see about an upgrade to your water system. Call 505-270-1767. That's 505-270-1767. Coffee Drilling LLC, over 20 years experience and serving all of Hobbs, Lovington, and Eunice.
Celebrate the bounty of Lee County at the 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington. And get ready for the biggest entertainment lineup in New Mexico. August the 6th, Faith and Family Night with We the Kingdom. August the 7th, Tough Enough to Wear Pink with Randy Hauser. August the 8th, it's American Heroes Night featuring Midland.
Say I got a drinking problem, but I got no problem drinking it up.
And August the 9th, for Volunteer Appreciation Night, country superstar Miranda Lambert.
I'm giving up on love, 'cause love's giving up on me. Yeah, slap my face and shook me like a rag doll. Don't that sound like a real man? I'm gonna show 'em what a little world's made of. Gunpowder, lead.
The 89th Annual Lee County Fair and Rodeo, August the 1st through the 9th in Lovington, New Mexico. For more information and tickets, log on to LeeCountyFair.net.
No! Yes. And I promise you this. Every morning you wake up, I'll be there.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. Home of the lifetime Permian Powertrain promise. Be in the Breakfast Club, the marshmallows in your hot chocolate of life. B is like bitter chocolate. Monica is sweet like sugar. And Blake, well, he's the spoon. Stir, baby, stir.
I'm over here drinking a protein shake. Monica is eating chalk.
It's so
Is
good,
it that
too.
you want to be white? Is that the deal?
Probably.
By the way, do you want... By the way, I met the girls yesterday. They're cute.
Thank you.
Yeah, I told
they
them-
always ask who you are.
I told them, I said, make sure and say that I'm the best looking, guy on the show.
They always want to know.
And they laughed at me. The nerve. The nerve.
I think it's Ron Roberts.
Little brats. Yeah. Looks like.
Hey,
What?
when you text me and told me that the girls were over there, did they look lost?
No.
No.
Okay.
No. No.
No.
Okay.
No.
We were picking on him.
Yeah.
Okay.
The 7-year-old, we kept telling her she was 9.
Yeah, she acts 9. Shaquan,
I'm 7.
Shaquan Barkley says he's shocked to hear that the president mentioned him being on the national. Look, you guys are making this up. Trump asked him to be on, but then he declined because he wanted to spend, but God forbid he wanted to spend more time with his family, and said that he is there to win champions. Now, once he gets out of the NFL, maybe he'd do something like that. Him and Trump, here's the problem. You guys, the liberal pukes, want to make more out of everything. Well, he turned Trump down. He turned Trump down because...
He's busy.
He's busy. He's got a job to do. His job is to win championships. and he's got a family. So lay off. Same thing with all these other players that from the Eagles that didn't go to the White House. They all said nothing against Trump. We had plans. Stop it already.
Yeah.
Stop it already. I mean, you had Biden that got up and introduced all these teams and didn't even know. I mean, it could be the Lakers, and you'd be like, thanks for the Brooklyn Dodgers for being here today. And you don't say anything about it. Yeah. Brooklyn Dodgers, what a great team.
Yeah, I was talking to a guy that's been dead for 50 years.
Me and him. Roku, do you have Roku? Has launched their own Howdy that you can subscribe to. $2.99, giving you access to thousands of TV shows, movies, and more without ads. I thought Hulu already did that.
No, Hulu has lots of ads.
Yeah.
Oh, tons.
But
you can get the ad-free version, but
Right.
it's like $20 a
Well,
month.
that's what I'm saying. You can get the ad-free version. This is $2.99, and it's a streaming service that is,
I was going to say, they already have a lot of that stuff.
Johnny Carson's third wife, Joanna Carson, died 93 years of age. She was married to Johnny Carson, who, of course, hosted The Tonight Show when The Tonight Show was actually relevant. He hosted the show from 72 to 85. And my old man worked morning radio and would not, 72 to 85, would not go to bed at night until he saw Johnny Carson's monologue.
Really?
Just would not go to bed. And sometimes he'd be falling asleep, and my mom's like, go to sleep. No. Haven't got the monologue yet.
How funny.
So, looks like a wildlife trapper in Monterey County made a disturbing discovery. Oh, you got that?
62 to 92.
62 to 92. Yeah, that made...
Because I thought Jay Leno came on in the 90s. So he was...
Maybe that's just when they moved to Burbank. Maybe.
Because he wanted to move to Burbank, so they moved the whole show.
Yeah, they moved the whole city. He's like, I'm tired of New York City. Trapper in Monterey County, disturbing discovery. They found some wild pigs in March. While processing the animal, the trappers found blue tingling muscle and fat tissue. What? And they discovered that it was a dye identified as a poison that was in the pigs when they butchered the pigs. So now they're wondering.
So they were euthanized.
Yeah, they're wondering what the heck. Looks like state prison in Tennessee. The warden resigned after the newspaper shared the story that he sent sexual explicit messages to an inmate in 2023 while working in a Kentucky prison. Hey, baby, I know you got a lot of time on your hands. Can you make a little time for me? Democrat Representative Delia Ramirez from Illinois, widely criticized on social media after she went outside of America, went to Mexico to a convention called the Pan American Congress in Mexico City. And she said, I'm a proud Guatemalan before I'm an American. I found that clip, but it was in Spanish, so I didn't want to play it. And I guess I could have. I'm just asking, are you comfortable with this? Somebody saying they pledge allegiance to another country.
And yet they're a congressperson.
Yes. And then Illinois, shame on you.
And we worry about all enemies, foreign and domestic.
Are we that dumb?
If you pledge allegiance to another country, you are an enemy of this country.
Are we that dumb?
Yeah, apparently.
I guess so.
Well, and apparently she was born in Chicago.
Well, yeah, but her mother and father came here.
Right.
And her husband has illegal status also.
Mm-hmm.
How can you be elected to...
That's a domestic enemy.
That's...
of the country.
And by the way, she's not the only
one.
She's not the only one. You got the Omars and Tlaib, and they feel the same way. Look, if Ayan Omar had a chance to go back to Somalia, her brother husband, and I said brother husband because they were married, and the dude's her brother. He said, when I go home to Somalia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
He's running for Minneapolis mayor, and he's just the same as Mandawi.
Yeah.
He's a communist himself. He wants everything free for everybody.
But our governor, Michelle Lujan Grisham, said no oaths are absolute. No rights are absolute. And the far left, that's what they believe, because they took this oath of office that says they will defend the Constitution against all enemies, foreign and domestic.
And
we have enemies in our midst.
In defense to MLG, she is a liberal, but she's not. I mean, she's not a communist.
No, but she's right next door.
Yeah, she is next door, but she's not
No, but that's what I'm saying. Their mentality is, I can say whatever I oath and I don't have to mean it.
Yeah.
Right.
Veteran driver Chris Ratchke died losing control of, he was driving 283 miles an hour during a record attempt in the Utah on the South Flats. And so he passed away Sunday after losing control of the vehicle at 283 miles an hour. He was only 60 years of age. Wow. He was trying to set the speed record and came up a little short. Did you see what Woody Allen had to say about Jeffrey Epstein's Manhattan home?
No.
Now,
wait, Woody Allen.
You're talking about, Woody Allen ended up sleeping with his, I don't want to say.
Adopted.
Yeah, adopted. I was going to say stepdaughter, but it wasn't step because it was adopted. And so Woody Allen says that it was like Dracula's castle.
His house or Epstein's?
Epstein.
Well, Woody was probably a frequent flyer.
Yeah. So 89-year-old Woody Allen gave a note to Jeffrey Epstein in 2016 at his birthday. And according to the documents, they had a close relationship. They were pretty tight. And look, Epstein's apartment was 21,000 square feet in the heart of New York City. I haven't even been on a property that's 21,000. That's a big. I mean, if you got a 6,000 square foot home,
it's usually that's a floor.
Yeah.
In a building.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is crazy. But he said that, Epstein was different.
Well, he would know because they were into the same things.
Yeah, very different. Very, very different. Now, what's his wife's name? Oh, Soon Yi, the adopted daughter that became his wife. And can you imagine
Omar vibes there?
Can you imagine how pissed off? Who was his wife at the time? She was a
blonde-headed lady.
Yeah, she was an actress too. And
Mia Farrow.
Yeah, Mia Farrow. There you go. Can you imagine how pissed she was? You're sleeping with the chick that we bring into our family. You raised her, and now you're sleeping with her.
You raised her to sleep with her.
Because he's a pedo.
You groomed her, evidently.
A leftist pedo.
All right, one more story before we take a break so we can come back for the good news. Trump predicts who's going to replace him in 2028. Monica, who do you think he picked?
JD and Marco.
Well, and that's what he said. He said, I believe J.D. Vance will be the heir apparent, but he said, Marco Rubio is very sharp and has done lots of things. And
he's just not polling well.
Yeah, I believe that he is actually more presidential than J.D. Vance. I think J.D. Vance is trying to act like Trump and can't pull it off like Trump. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean,
he needs to just be himself.
Yeah, he needs to be himself, and
because there's a lot of confidence there in just himself.
Right. So, I'll take J.D. Vance or Marco Rubio. At this point in time, everything that Marco Rubio's done, I'll take Rubio ahead of
Oh, and please let it be an AOC Jasmine Crockett ticket.
Oh, that would be awesome.
Please.
Awesome. Chargers linebacker Denzel Perryman arrested for felony weapons charges. And look, this is the second football story. These guys make millions and millions and millions of dollars, and you can't stay out of trouble. I mean, I don't, and this is why I don't remember the number. Is it like 4 out of 6 players in the NFL, like 10 years after they get out of the
they're broke.
They're completely broke after making millions.
Something like that.
Yeah, the numbers are kind of staggering because you're just like, damn, that's different. I mean, if somebody gave me millions to do my job, I guarantee you at the end of the day, I'd have a little bit in the tank. Now, my wife would be totally different. She'd be like, well, we got millions. We can spend millions. we will spend the millions for sure. All right, Monica, we'll check text and do the good news coming up next. Morning show this morning being brought to you by La Tienda Thriftway. Find them in Pecos, Texas, 810 South Eddy and Pecos. Big savings going on. Summer savings splash going on. Whole pork loins, $1.99 a pound. By the way, sirloin steak for $7.99 a pound. Whole fryers, $1.19 a pound. Raw shrimp, just $5.99 a pound. And produce department, red ripe strawberries, $1.99 a pound. Also, you can find the green seedless grapes, $1.99 a pound. Russet potatoes, 10-pound bag for $2.99. Deli department, save big on everything you need to make sandwiches. Kids going back to school, looking for Lunchables and that type of stuff, they've got you covered. And they also have honey ham for $5.49 a pound, Black Forest ham for $5.99 a pound, chicken breast for $8.49 a pound, and refreshments. They've got you covered with Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Big Red, $10.99 for a 24-pack. Check them out today at La Tienda in Pecos, Texas. If you're new to the area, they are at 810 South Eddy. And if you're wondering what that commotion was, that's Russ Black. He has one volume.
Right.
One volume that's extremely loud. By the way, I don't know if you knew that.
What?
I didn't know if you knew it. All right, we're coming right back. Good news of the day and the text coming up next. It's already 9:20. We're being The Breakfast Club.
News, I'm CJ Poppet. The United Nations warning of famine in war-torn Gaza, feeding the desperate people, a top priority of President Trump. U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee.
The immediate plan is to scale up the number of sites up to 16 and begin to operate them as much as 24 hours a day to get more food to more people more efficiently.
The ambassador earlier in America's Newsroom. South Florida's migrant detention center is called Alligator Alcatraz. Now a new facility on the horizon.
That's why Indiana's come online with the Speedway Slammer. We also have others we'll announce in the future. Alligator Alcatraz was the first model, and the Big Beautiful Bill provided us the resources that we need to get these beds online so we can continue to do our work.
DHS Secretary Kristi Noem on Fox and Friends. An executive order from President Trump imposed an additional 25% tariff on India for importing Russian oil. America's listening to Fox News.
Del Perm Oilfield Specialties, your one-stop shop for all your oilfield specialty needs. Specializing in distribution of top-of-the-line supplies and services to businesses all over the Delaware and Permian Basin. One of the leading oilfield suppliers and service providers in the industry, committed to integrity, quality, and service. Now has great opportunities for talented leaders with integrity and a team-spirited attitude, with opportunities in sales, delivery, and even senior management, and many other positions. If you have these qualifications and you want to be part of a team, contact DalePermSupply.com/careers. Dale Perm Oilfield Specialties, 1005 North Grimes and Hobbs. The next step in your oilfield career.
What's really going on? Daniel Velos back at it again at Permian Ford Lincoln, your new home of the Big Blue Gorilla. You'll see why whenever you come by. Check it out. Anyway, glad to be back powering B in the Breakfast Club. Also excited to be back here at Permian Ford making all the deals for all of southeastern New Mexico and West Texas that are so outrageous you'll think twice about buying or selling your car anywhere else. Text me today, 575-441-7855. We have a radio discount code, Breakfast Club. That's 575-441-7855. Radio discount code, Breakfast Club. PermianFord.com.
It's Fair and Rodeo time, Lee County. Shop the Working Guys store in our ever-expanding fashion western wear department. Cinch and Wrangler non-FR shirts. Buy 2, get 1 free. Select styles of Cinch non-FR jeans. Mix and match any 2 pair for just $120. Don't go to the Fair and Rodeo before you shop the great deals at the Working Guys store. Western and workwear. Open 7 days a week at 109 East Broadway in downtown Hobbs. Hurry, sale ends August 9th.
Hey, man, turn that down. Where's my keys?
Hey, what's the rush?
I'm headed to the JC to sign up for some classes.
What's the hurry? We barely graduated.
I heard classes are filling up.
So what, you're gonna be a scientist or something?
Man, I could be a welder, police officer, barber, or maybe even a nurse. They make bank.
Yeah, right.
They even have audio and video classes for you.
Really? Hold up. Let me get my keys and I'll drive.
Just roll on out to New Mexico Junior College and register at nmjc.edu today.
Registration ends August 15th.
At Franklin Veterinary Clinic, they're a full-service clinic that offers comprehensive care for family pets, equine athletes, and livestock alike. They have multiple veterinarians on staff providing the best possible care for your animals at every stage of their life. And when emergencies arise, they offer 24-hour ambulatory services and after-hour emergency care. The new emergency number is 575-808-7725. Franklin Veterinary Clinic, a tradition and excellence in caring, proudly serving Lincoln, Chavez, and Otero counties.
If you're a service member, veteran, or family member who's feeling alone,
whether you're in crisis or not,
don't remain silent and suffer alone.
There is help out there.
Talk to someone you can trust.
Free confidential support is available 24/7 through the Veterans Crisis Line. Just text or call 988 and press 1 for veterans. Talking to someone about suicide won't increase the risk of suicide. It could save a life.
Sponsored by the New Mexico Department of Veterans Services, the Department of Health, the NMBA, and this station.
Head down to Tate Branch in Hobbs. If you've been thinking about upgrading your ride, now's the time. They've got a huge selection of vehicles from rugged Ram trucks to family-ready Jeep Wagoneers, all backed by their lifetime powertrain warranty. Go see Vanessa at Tate Branch in Hobbs and let her get you rolling in something you love. 4123 North Lovington Highway, or call her at 575-298-1205. That's 298-1205. Go experience the Tate Branch difference.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Permian Ford and PermianFord.com. Home of the lifetime Permian Powertrain promise. Call or text now, 877-396-W105 to talk to us. Short on wind, long on opinion.
And I'm going to mispronounce. I'm not going to try.
Be and the Breakfast Club.
It is 9:27. Man, I can't get this protein shake. I don't have any almond milk or bananas, so it's just not the same. It just tastes like water and chocolate.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, so Yoo-hoo.
But have you seen the price of protein lately? So I'm going to drink it. You can count on that. I will drink it. Too expensive. Unbelievable. All right, we got to get to good news of the day. Russ Black will be in here. He'll be yelling, except on the air.
He's already in there doing it.
Yeah, he came in here. I gave him crap.
By the way, Still the same volume.
Yeah, he has one volume. He's like my Uncle George, no matter if he's at church or not. How you doing? Oh, we were good until our.
So when you see us out at the fair, come by and say hi to us at the booth.
Make sure if Russ is there, scream at him.
Yeah, just yell at Russ. He might not hear you, so yell twice, and then he'll yell back.
Yeah, just yell at him.
They're in here talking shit about you, Granddaddy.
Didn't know if he could hear you.
There's a likelihood that I can't.
That's the lowest volume he'll ever speak.
Yeah. So I got the same problem.
It's called projection.
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
It's that thing, man.
I thought you were trying to be sexy.
Yeah.
That's a totally different thing.
You've just been doing it for so damn long.
But come out. We're all in and out of the booth all the time this week at the Lee County Fair. Come out and talk to us.
Yep. All right. Good news of the day being brought to you by Herschel, Ruston, Hayes, Avenue D, and Lovington. 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Proud sponsor of the good news of the day.
So there's this YouTuber. By the way, his name is Ryan Trahan. And he and his wife spent an epic road trip, or just went on an epic road trip to raise money for St. Jude's. Now, they visited all 50 states in 50 days and hope to raise about $1 million along the way. The good news is they raised $11.5 million. That's a pretty good haul. Wildlife officials in northern Wisconsin helped a bear that got a jar stuck on its head. People are saying it's like a real-life Winnie the Pooh. And speaking of Wisconsin, a Wisconsin restaurant owner named Trad Trainer, in the news after a bunch of teenagers stepped up to help him in his business. He owns a place called Urban Olive and Vine, and by the way, only hires teenagers. He has about 30 of them on staff, and he says he likes them because they soak up information and want to do well. Last September, his wife, Carol, had a grand mal seizure and was in the hospital for 8 months. Sadly, she didn't make it. She passed away in May. But while all that was going on, Chad thought he might have to close down the business. But without even being asked, his employees band together and ran it for him.
Huh.
And they trained each other, bought supplies, and came up with new specials. Several of them got there at 5:30 every single morning to open up and do the prep work. And the only time they allowed it to close was when they all went to Carol's funeral. And that's pretty special, those teens stepping up.
Heck yeah.
There are some good ones out there.
Yeah, no doubt.
And that is the good news of the day.
All right, we got to go. News this morning being brought to you by Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. Your choice for your next HVAC job. Give Enrique Rocha a call, 575-631-1999. We're in the belly of the beast this time of the year. Triple-digit weather. AC not working. Call the guy that can repair it. And if he can't repair it, he offers financing and new technology to cool your house. 575-631-1999. That's it. Enrique Rocha, Rocha Air Conditioning and Heating. We're out of here. We'll see you tomorrow morning, 6:06. If you're going to the Lee County Fair, we will be there. Tradio is up next.
MTD Radio News.